Howdy folks, welcome to Mosaic Team 5. I am Joe Treff, your game master tonight and most nights, and joining me are my friends Matt, Dan, Olive, Kara, and Ari.
Friends, that's strong.
Oh, that is a cool sweatshirt.
Wow. We didn't play for 1 week and all of a sudden we're not friends. Wow.
We're co-workers, please.
You reported me to HR and I was gonna say thirsty about it, but that's the wrong word.
That is a direction
I'm
I like
zesty
to take
about
the
it.
stream in.
So we are going to play some Starfinder, but a couple of announcements. Quick.
Oh yeah, I told someone to watch.
First of all, we have bits and channel points, 2 different ways that you can interact with the stream and support us. Channel points you accumulate for free just by watching, and you can use those to unlock emotes temporarily. You can also use those to shape the junk falls will always be junk movement. And in doing so, alter the course of Ari's character Gibbs' family's trajectory.
What's this? The channel and followers?
No,
only
it's
mode?
it's back.
So that would be
disabled.
Ari's just messing around with some settings.
Oh,
It's
that's
back.
what.
No,
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's good
Now
now.
I see what you're talking about, Tyler.
I toggled it, and then I untoggled it just like these doors.
How do you
I'm
even
gonna
do that?
toggle. You press the shield.
I'm not
At
gonna. I'm not gonna
Alberon
fucks with it.
RPG on Instagram, Twitter,
fucks with it.
other social media things. The best place to find us, you can see close-ups of maps, miniatures, all kinds of different things, which are kind of hard to see on camera here. We have a website, alberonrpg.com. There's information about this Starfinder campaign, as well as our D&D campaign on Fridays. And then tomorrow is going to be our finale for our 4-year-long D&D campaign,
Oh my God.
session 128. There is a epic combat that is brewing, so please join us for that at 7 p.m. tomorrow. And then next week, we are starting with Kara as DM in Adventures in Alberon Sea of Ice, which is going to feature a couple of players that you see here, which are really interesting characters. Matt's going to be there, Olive's going to be there, I will be there. I can't remember who else is going to be there anymore. I
Is
know Ari's not going to be there. Very sad.
us, Alana,
Hannah.
I was gonna say Brenna, Hannah.
Hannah and Miles.
Brenna will be there.
So Miles, one of the original members of the Finger Gang, our original D&D group, will be back and joining us for that 4-part adventure. And that is going to serve as a bridge between between our 2 campaigns.
That's so cool.
We
Do you guys have something that you want to share with everybody?
Yes.
Kara got
And then-
toys and I'm
Wait, where?
looking.
Where are my toys?
Shout out to Everything Dice. My Kickstarter kit thing finally came,
Show the
and
necklace.
they make super awesome things. And
Finger, that's
Yeah, I know,
too.
really.
oh, this is not Everything Dice, but it's cool.
Well, let me see that.
You just have all these cool things.
I got toys.
I got a squeak.
Oh wait, we gotta hold them this way.
So this is one of their new dice sets called the Terror.
So there you
Got it for
go.
Billy.
You're cool. No.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your
Okay,
turn.
cool.
Fuck.
So
Oh, I'm
after
sorry.
that,
Were you talking?
after that 4-part campaign that Ari is not taking part in, but also officially uninvited,
No, wait, I'm not in anything.
we
Oh,
are
okay.
Did you not
also
see this
going
last
to be
time?
transitioning to campaign 2. Oh my god, it's a night. Campaign 2 of Dungeons and Dragons. It's going to be a
not seeing everyone.
Is this gonna be a home shopping network stream now?
Hope
We're
you all
just
had a
gonna
good
be selling
Thanksgiving.
I know.
Imagine when we actually get sponsorships, though.
I
Never
dropped my
at this rate.
lollipop.
So, campaign 2 of our D&D campaign is going to be taking place.
Lick it. I'll lick it.
Guys,
Yep.
I spent all day training. I had to redirect people all day. Please do not make me do it. Thank you. Okay, so campaign 2 is a Feywild-based campaign. It is going to feature all of the players from our original D&D campaign. However, Dan is going to be switching out with Kara, who will be joining us for our next multi-year adventure. So that is going to be starting in January. There are some new overlay features. I know last week we started with the emote wall. If you use an emote in chat, it's going to bounce around. It's going to be slightly larger. It will be. It'll last a little bit longer now, so we can take a look and see how that works. And then finally, for music, sound effects, everything that we're not doing ourselves, Sirenscape is a digital tool set that you can use. For this quaint little Western song that we have playing right here that I can blast for a second. It is a very nice song. All the way up to some automatic gunfire, really just like whatever you need for your game. you can go ahead and add it in Sirenscape. And with that, I can get us into our recap. Is there anything else that you guys would like to say, do, or get out of the way before we start?
Spay and neuter your pets.
Okay.
That's it.
The end.
Shout out to fucking Bob Barker or whatever.
Mosaic Team 5. Last we played. Is Bob Barker dead?
I think.
I think
no.
so. Drew Carey replaced him.
What?
Doesn't mean he's dead.
He's dead to us.
I forgot that every time we elect a new president, it's rough for the old one. Mosaic Team 5. Last we played, you were not eviscerated by lasers as Bub smashed his way into the hallway beyond. Instead, you found your way into a tense standoff. Excuse me. In the Ellipses Syndrome Laboratory, spearheaded, of course, by Gibbs, your emotional core.
Aww.
The tension was broken when the hashtag Junk Falls Will Always Be Junk was recognized by the Shiren researcher. Oh yeah, you have the shirt now. Look at that.
I'm
Junk
gonna
Falls Will
interrupt
Always
you.
Be Junk. That's fair. That's fair.
Yes.
When the Shiren recognized the Junk Falls Will Always Be Junk campaign, it turns out that the entire group was graduate students, all paid extra to spend time in this laboratory, seemingly, and I think Shade had kind of determined, a attempt to create a PR nightmare for all of you. Trying to convince all of you to slaughter this group of relatively innocent scientists working on curing a brittle bone disease that your supervisor Peep also has. And with this in mind, after managing to talk your way through, Shade, you downloaded pretty much all of the information that you could find pertinent to that. Ready to take this back to Peep to see if you can perhaps do anything with it. You all survived an especially awkward cultural exchange before moving on to the final room before the broom closet, a decontamination chamber. Echo, you entered this obviously trapped space unfazed as it filled with water. As an android, you did not require breathing. Gibbs, you were unaware of this and worked overtime, your tiny Yosoki fingers scrambling between the doors and then unlatching the safety indicator, causing the doors to open, water to spew out. And beyond, you were all able to finally enter the room marked broom closet, though it turned out to be anything but. This space in the center of the laboratory, a massive elevator that descended down. As you descended, the elevator stopped. You were all plunged briefly into darkness, and then were confronted by a figure from Bubs' past, Dr. Maldras, a member of the Special Research Group 2, a scientific operation that itself is attached to the General Protectorate Force. He said a phrase that for you, Bubs, elicited a strong emotional and memory reaction, pulling you back to a time where you were but a small Bubs, playing games with the others, although these games a little bit more intense than most. Within this memory, you were told and were relayed the rules to this game, Tunnel Quest, when you were a child. However, you had an idea that this was a bit more serious. Dr. Maldras mentioned several people by name, Rye, Pendragon, Emma, and told them that they all had their roles assigned. With this, you were given a single key card and the ability to unlock every door within this laboratory, with the caveat that opening each door would open another paired somewhere in the complex, potentially unleashing one of your rivals. With this in mind, you proceeded to open 3 out of the 4 doors in your room, vastly changing the circumstances involved in the start of this puzzle. However, the 3rd door, the southern one, after a crisis moment from Bubs and some spectacular coaching from Gibbs, you opened, and 11 other doors opened alongside it. And as a voice bellows, "Oh, you've done it now!" That is where we're beginning for this evening.
If I force Echo's hand to tap the key card thing, does the door close?
Don't need
Close.
to.
So Echo, hearing this, what are you doing?
Echo shuts the door.
Great. So you tap your key card, and all at once, there is just this shut. And you hear behind the door this... And then you just hear muffled from behind it, You're going to have to come out sooner or later.
Okay.
Wait, directly behind the door.
Oh, yeah.
To the south.
Yeah, it was the south door, right?
No, we don't. Okay, what other door do we take?
Well, actually, you can hear, again, still sort of muffled, you'll run out of oxygen and then you'll die anyway, so you have to come through. And I'm waiting.
Androids do not need oxygen.
Who are you?
My name's Roy. You might have heard of me over the loudspeaker on account of Dr. Meldross mentioning me.
Roy. Yes.
You don't have to do this, boy.
Make a diplomacy check.
Oof.
17. I'm gonna also add Dr. Maldrus doesn't care about you. You're just something to be used by him. A piece of data, a piece of employee that's just
Piece of
thrown away.
Well, that's not entirely true. I was just a regular man before all this, and now, well, I can do all kinds of things.
We're burning oxygen. We've got to pick a door. And I'm going to shuffle my big ears and put them towards the north door.
Okay, make a perception check.
As you're doing that, I'm going to pull out my ion tape.
Okay.
And I'm going to put it between the two seals of the door. Is it a vertical from the bottom door or from the
It
side?
splits open.
Yeah, I'm going to do right down the middle.
Okay.
And then I'm going to turn to Shade. Shade, does your and I like point to like his little USD fingers. Can it give like a small static shock or something?
Mechanically, I don't.
What was your perception?
27.
I don't think I can do that.
To the north door.
You listen to the north door
have
very
something that I
intently.
can.
And with a 27?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
I could.
So first, you kind of crane the massive Yosoki ear, and you hear it's relatively quiet. You kind of sweep it a little bit more eastward, still staying to the north, remembering that there is this T intersection. And in that direction, you swear that you could hear almost like a low hum. But no footsteps, no voices.
There's something to the north that's humming, like an android or a refrigerator. We gotta go. We gotta pick a door. Bubs.
Androids are not refrigerators.
It could be either or.
I believe the best course of action might be the west door. It is the only one remaining.
All right, great. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
So Gibbs, Echo, scamper over to the other western door. Shade, Bubs, what are you guys doing?
What are you asking me to do here?
Ion tape needs any like electrical, like a shock, static electricity, anything that you can. If you can
Right,
short
but what are
something.
you
Oh!
trying? What are you
Oh,
trying?
yeah,
to
yeah.
do?
yeah.
You want
can use
that?
overload
Yeah.
function.
I was.
So
I'm
Bubs
furry.
comes over to you and is like, Shade, can you do whatever with electricity? And then Gibbs, on her way over to the western door, like bolts upright and goes, oh. Big static Gibbs, the Yosoki fur almost spiky. You're in a metal room. You can almost see little sparks coming off. I mean, this is a tremendous amount of charge. And then just touching the tape, no problem. You can do that.
Now it has, I believe, like a HP the door.
And so looking at it, you can see the electric charge seems to almost make it flatter. And you realize it seems to have almost created a seam in the same way that a soldering iron might form a smooth layer between.
On which door?
The
South.
south door. That's got ion tape now.
Requires
And we also know it's got a
hardness of
guy,
8 to
Roy.
hit 15 hit points.
Okay.
And it requires a strength of 28 to break.
So as you're doing this, and that little spark is audible, it's a big one. From the other side of the door, you could hear, oh, hacking into the cameras, are we? Clever. Very clever.
I hack into the cameras.
So,
I like Roy.
go ahead, make a computer check.
Can I hold my breath?
Yeah.
Great.
So, standing at the western door, all
Reading.
of a sudden, Gibbs just holds her breath.
Funny, just
21.
threw me with the dinner because I was like, fuck it, we're not gonna.
Shade, you close your eyes and you reach out across this wireless network, and it's weird. These feel almost purposely put here. In video games, you know how when you look across a space, sometimes like the important things will highlight. This is almost like that. It feels very intentional. And then you remember Bubs explaining there were some people that managed to like jam doors and use those as tactical advantages. It's almost like this entire thing is a false shell that is designed to be manipulated by the people that are within it. You would imagine there's probably a greater shell, but then remembering those panels beyond, those would probably be pretty hard to access unless you were able to find a way to get vertically a little higher. That being said, no problem. You, all across your field of view, you see dozens of cameras. There are at least 4 in each room. In addition, there is one located at the northernmost edge of each hallway, or on the easternmost edge for those that run horizontally on the map.
Okay.
Can you put them, just kind of center the map in there?
So like here, 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 here. You said the easternmost?
Easternmost, yeah.
So like all of these spots, right?
Yep. And then also,
And then,
basically,
like,
when you look at the rooms, if you imagine a rectangle that is oriented north to south, there is a camera on the 4 corners of that rectangle.
These.
Yep. And so at any point, you're aware of the fact that you can switch through, and there is movement on several of these cameras. With that computer's check, you see there is movement in the Mercury lab,
Do we
which
know
all
where
of these labeled.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
Matt's marking up the map now.
Do you want red? I also have a red pen.
if you start at the very northern laboratory,
Okay.
that is Uranus lab. Very good. And as you look, it seems to be relatively empty. You don't see any movement in there. However, you do see maybe the source of the hum that Gibbs heard. There is a huge, in the center of the
It's on the
room,
map. It's great.
field generator, although nothing within it. And you can see next to that what looks almost like a loading chamber for an exosuit, but no exosuit.
Okay.
Scanning across, the next one down, if you were to head to the right and then down at that corner, yep,
This one?
right there, that is the Saturn lab. And turning your attention there, you see there is a beautiful, and I would say, Shade, this comes to you right away, created by Infernal Motors. It's commonly called a Pit Viper, but it's a Infernal Motors HLS 2251, not even on the market yet. This is a 1, maybe 2-person sport car, depending on how you customize it. And sport car is a rough term. It's
like a super
speeder.
Yeah. Okay.
This one, no factory paint. Everything's still chrome. You can see there are a few places slightly discolored. There is a electrical looking weapon pointed at it and mounted. This seems to be some kind of testing area. And you can see, sort of examining this, the back of an exosuit. This is almost copper in color. And it seems drastically low tech. It looks almost like a primitive bathysphere diving suit. You can see like a large kind of helmet. It's really bulky around the shoulders and the elbows. And the movements are relatively strange. When the head turns, it's almost like the whole garment is shifting, giving you the idea that the figure wearing it may be smaller.
Is it clear that someone's in the suit and not?
Yeah, it's moving. And you
Especially,
see
like,
there's
based
a
on
point
that,
where it
yeah.
like kind of
Okay.
turns, and then the sleeve goes up and the arm kind of dangles for a second before reaching down and like poking at the ship a little bit. But they seem to be examining that.
Cool.
Heading down a little bit further, you can see, yep, the Jupiter lab. The Jupiter lab is the only one that you lose sight of because it seems as if the ceiling higher than the cameras. Further, and really all that you can see, there are 2 struts on either side that seem to disappear up and up and up, and then somewhere out beyond.
Okay.
Further down from that is the Mars lab. And the Mars lab, as you switch your camera over, it is, you see a medical table. And then at first you think that there are 3 or 4 figures in there, but you recognize not figures. These are training dummies. They are these almost canvas humanoid-looking figures posted up on sticks, and some of them look pretty badly beaten. You can see there are all kinds of trails that go along the metal here, and it seems to be relatively viscous.
What? Gross.
Yeah.
Heading further along to the west is the Earth Lab. And in the Earth Lab, you can see it's clear that things have been moved. There are like the moving dollies. At Home Depot, you know those huge trolleys that you're able to move things around? You can see a couple of those, although powered, kind of scattered about. In the center of this room, there is an elevator. You can see the door open, powered. You see a desk with a 5-gallon glass terrarium on the desk. It seems to be pretty much all that there is there. And you see within that terrarium a single frog. Wrapped around its head is a tiny ring of tinfoil with a blinking red LED light on it. You can see empty crates scattered around the room, wires, it's signs that things have been moved very recently. There is a central monitor that has been left, and you see displayed on it, from your security camera view, a static image that has been left. Probably meant for when you all arrive within this room, but you see a still image of Bubs and Spice running down the boardwalk. Maldras is known since the very first night. Heading further around the corner, you head to the Venus Lab. Within the Earth Lab as well, you see a familiar figure to you, Shade. Emma. She is sitting on the desk and seems to be waiting. And as you observe her, there is a moment where she turns and looks straight back at you.
I don't like that.
Heading further along to the Venus Lab, seems to be a relatively normal laboratory. It looks very similar to the Ellipses Lab in terms of its tables. There's a single column in the middle that runs from floor to ceiling. And unlike the other rooms, you can see there are very visible seams in the metal. Most rectangular, but a few different shapes that seem to form almost a puzzle or mosaic of metal pieces around this room.
Oh, you said the album name.
Roll
The name of the
credits.
show got dropped in the episode. Shit.
Above that is the Mercury Lab. And although this at first glance seems relatively similar to every other room, the furnishings are not. You see a bed. You see you actually see a Jacinto Stratmaster 2.0, which is a holosuite gaming console. Pretty top of the line.
Alright, GameCube.
Sounds like the entertainment. Yes.
You can see there is a large computer station, and there's a human. Seems to be male, looks very anxious, early 20s, maybe like mid-late 20s, kind of hard to tell. He looks a little sallow.
Kevin?
No. He looks to be about the same age as Kevin. This gentleman's hair, a little bit lighter in color. Kevin's hair is dark, and the fact that it's so greasy makes it even darker. For this gentleman, his hair isn't greasy, a little unkempt. It looks like maybe he's been in the wind. But he looks very anxious. He has bags under his eyes, and he's just kind of pacing the room. Up a little bit further than that, the final laboratory is Neptune. And the Neptune lab has only a pair of overstuffed armchairs and a single wooden table between them. You see in the very corner of the room a locker as well. And that is what you see.
Okay, so we've
Got
got
some good
locations.
info there.
We've got locations on all 4 of the people.
I did.
It would seem that one is within...
Saturn, one is in the hall to the south of us, Emma is in Earth, and Anxious Guy is in Mercury.
Yes, and you would imagine, because he introduced himself, that guy...
That's Rob.
That's Rye.
Ron.
Roy.
Rye.
Rye.
W-R-Y.
Rye Guy.
Dr. Maldros's accent makes it sound like Roy.
Roy.
So you explained to us about the camera of me and Spice on the boardwalk?
Yeah, I would say probably as...
Narrating what you're saying.
Yeah, I was like probably just narrating everything that Joe just told me so that I don't have to narrate it all back to you.
And like as Shade points it out, and you step over to the side of Shade, you can see like right in front of his face, there are like dozens of cameras, tiny little thumbnails for you, but you can see that in Shade.
I'm gonna turn to Gibbs and say, he was watching us. Do you think he saw it when you put the frog in your bottle at our home, or maybe the bottle has something else to do with the frogs entirely? Maybe something with the frogs on Mars, some kind of, I don't know, some kind of substance inside the frog has to do with your bottle.
My bottle existed long before Dr. Maldros existed in my ecosphere. The two may be related now, but at the time they weren't. So I think you can trust me that this isn't a tool, and it's something I want to explore, but now is not the time. Pick a door.
I thought we were gonna go, west.
I've been waiting, but Shade just rattled off for a few minutes, and
Going west would put us in direct contact with Pendragon?
well, what about Mercury first, right? It's Mercury.
It is also the first in the sequence that Dr. Maldros listed.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, Mercury City.
All right. So then,
Well, why would we go to the first one? Wouldn't we want to go to the last one so we can just get to the end of the game?
but not all of the rooms are words that Maldros said. He said sodium. Sodium's not a planet.
It is perhaps
South.
more information that
Maybe
we might
it's
require.
Mercury South. 6.
I
South?
believe we should move forward and solve the puzzle as we go.
Okay. Ready. 1, 2, 3.
We should.
Echoes open the door.
Yes!
Spice draws weapon.
Ready in action. There's a toad in this one. No, there's a bed.
Well, there's a hallway.
There's a hallway.
But give me 1 second. I gotta pull up my spreadsheet of doors. It's literally 2 pages in 10-point font.
Oh
The
my
spreadsheet
god.
of doors is like
Yikes, this is
a terrifying
dungeon.
phrase that I never thought I'd hear before.
All right, so you press the key card down and you hear the computerized voice say, "Lift west, open. Mercury north, open."
North open.
You hear just beyond as the door opens in front of you in the hallway. You hear a distant opening beyond the room that you can see in front of you.
If we shuffle into the hallway, do we all shuffle? Shuffle?
Stay together, we shall move quickly.
Can we shut the door behind us so we're locked in the
Oh,
hallway?
yeah.
So that would shut the north door as well. So Anxious Guy may or may not be there if he bolted the second we open the door, but
He's probably staying where he is. Can I keep active?
Yeah, you absolutely can. You can't like
Not. Yeah, but with,
anytime
like,
you want, you can tap right back
Yeah.
in.
Okay.
And as you do, you can see, like, if you look while the door opens,
Yeah.
you can see he, like, jumps and kind of backs away from the door. And then when the door closes, you can see it seems like he says something. You don't get sound from this. And then you just see him just kind of, like, rocking back and forth anxiously again.
As Gibbs says that to me about, we gotta pick a door, we can't talk about this now, I'm gonna say, I know we have to go, but I don't understand what Dr. Maldros meant when he said all those things. He said I was a failure because I didn't have control over something.
Bubs,
I don't
the
know what
door
that
is
means.
open.
Don't think. Too
We
much
should leave
about it.
now. And Echo like gestures for everyone to go through the door.
Okay.
Okay. You crowd into the hall.
I'm gonna take out my laser microphone,
Okay.
and I'm going to equip it.
Laser microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
I think, like, it was the first time you guys were at the Eclipse Mall.
It was the second.
We're in here.
Okay. I'm just going to point it at the door and see if I can pick up any sound
Okay.
inside the door.
Make a perception check. Take a plus 6 conditional modifier, too.
Ooh.
Once
That
everyone is in the hallway, Echo shuts the door.
Okay. No problem.
Pendragon is still beyond this door.
19.
We should
19.
be prepared.
You point
I am not worried.
straight to the door, and you hear a little, like, it's clearly produced in better quality, but it's designed to sound retro. It's like the menu sound to a video game. I would say, Bubs, this is a game that you're not familiar with. But yeah, it's just like a little, like, digital sound on repeat.
All I hear in my microphone is just a sound of like a computer beeping or some kind of game or something.
he knows we're coming. We know we can see him. We can't stop at every door like this.
Echo pushes to the front. Is everyone ready? Weapons equipped.
Yeah.
Equipping weapons.
Take out my hand.
Can
Turn it on.
I
Turn
ask
them
a
on the
mechanical
door.
question?
Yeah, of course.
Is Starfinder like D&D where if I ready a spell
Spell,
as an
you lose
action,
it?
I
Yes.
lose it? Okay. And I take out a fucking gun.
Because otherwise it's like, okay, I'm just going to walk around with Fireball ready.
Yeah.
Um,
Just hold
Fine.
fireball.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh, wait! I grab the rock.
Okay.
The 5-pound rock.
Yeah, no problem. You pick it up and kind of holding it
5
almost like
pounds
a.
really is that's
It's
half
not
a
that-
Gibbs
cat.
is
Yeah.
Gibbs is really small. Gibbs is what, 3 foot something?
I don't know.
Short. So
Who knows?
more heavy for Gibbs. But Gibbs, you laboriously pull it down. Echo, you stand at the end of the hall, and in front of you is Mercury East. You would assume.
Yes. Yes, everyone. Ready?
Yes, ready.
Okay.
Young Fisherman is in this one?
Pendragon.
We're in Mercury.
So you open the door, and you hear the mechanical Mercury East open, Neptune West open.
Neptune West. Get in the door. Close it.
So you burst into this room, and as you do, you see. Give me 1 second here.
I'm getting ready to shoot this motherfucker
Okay.
if he does anything.
Echo doesn't close the door.
You see polished steel, just like everywhere else, but you also see a solo app. Or actually, would some visual reference be helpful?
Oh, goodness.
Just so you know, so I had to make it modular so I can swap everything out.
Right.
So I can change it into any of these rooms. But
Yay!
This is very Portal-esque.
Yes, that was definitely.
Is
the
there
inspiration.
cake? Will there be cake?
There is cake
If I
upstairs.
tell you, then there probably won't be.
The cake
That's
is
the
alive.
paradox. Okay, give me 1 second real quick.
But GLaDOS tells everyone there will be cake.
There's cannoli cake.
There is cake. You will not get any.
Let them eat cake.
That's what like. Okay, wait. So on the cameras, you never saw Dr. Maldros himself.
Presumably,
So he's not in this
Earth
goddamn
is
maze.
home
Yeah, he said.
because that's where the lift is,
Right.
and it would bring us down because there are levels below
Yeah, he
us.
said you'd see me at home.
Yeah, that's fucking annoying.
That's also where Emma is because we're gonna have to reach it and face Emma.
I assume it wouldn't have failed to be noted to Echo, but Pluto's not on the map.
Was.
You have to go count.
Well, Pluto's not a planet anymore.
Oh yeah.
No, but it's from the sequence.
It's 2250.
The sequence doesn't make sense because neither is
2250, they brought it
sodium,
back.
6,
Oh.
orange,
Orange.
Jupiter.
Yeah, I bet there are things within the rooms that are relevant to
That's
those
what I
clues.
thought.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
So we should be looking
So that's
for
not.
sodium.
This is
and
just painted
6.
Jacinto
Okay.
still from the original time I painted it. It does not have Jacinto. It actually has white bed sheets with a little green line that runs along the top.
Did we come through this door?
We do combat
we
here.
came through
so
west.
it is oriented so that north is
Came
north
through
for
east.
me. That's how I always do
So
it.
we're coming
Oh
from
yes,
here.
yes, yes.
So you guys are entering through there, and actually, if you wouldn't mind taking that human and just kind of putting him at the other end of that pool table, he's gonna just duck behind there as you all enter.
Yeah.
So you see,
He's got
can you
Luigi
center on the
vibes to
camera,
me.
on the table camera.
Sure.
Thank you. It's hard because it's not
Strong
like all the other
Luigi
ones.
vibes.
No, it needs to go this way. It needs to go towards.
No, this way. This way.
And towards me.
This way.
Towards us.
There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you burst in, and in this moment, you just hear.
Did
You
you hear
hear
that?
the table fall down, but then you also just hear, "Oh my God, no!" And you see this shape duck behind the table.
Hun, relax.
The fingers still holding on, white knuckles on this table, and then the head just pops up, the hair kind of tousled. He looks panicked, and he looks just back and forth at all of you, and he just goes, "Which one of you is it?"
It's me, Pendragon. I'm here to claim your soul. And I'm gonna insight.
You're
Is,
not Pendragon.
is his panic genuine?
Go ahead and make a sense motive check.
Sorry, sense motive. 16.
16.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the only person that you've seen who has not actively been trying to kill you.
Yeah.
So that seems pretty genuine.
Cool.
This individual, as you look at him and you say, Pendragon, he just goes, "You're not Pendragon."
No, you are.
No.
Oh.
Who?
Who are you?
What's your
Are
name?
you here to rescue me?
Oh shit.
Oh.
Are you
I'm
the
Eric.
hostages?
Eric, are you?
Was Eric one of the people? that-
No. Eric, yes. Not claim your soul, rescue you. That's what I meant to say,
Oh
Eric.
my God! And he like climbs up from by it, and he kind of turns, and he looks at this like gaming console, and he just runs over and he snatches like 2 games off of the sort of shelf, and then just runs back and just goes, "Can we go? Who sent you?
First, you tell us who you are
I'm Eric.
and where do you work.
Nowhere. My family's pretty well off.
How did you get here?
So I was out. I was partying. I'm supposed to be here on vacation.
Yep.
And I just got taken?
Okay, and then you were put in this room?
No. So I woke up in a different room.
Okay.
It had chairs in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was set up almost like the police have, those interrogation rooms. And
Neptune.
Eric, you are literally here to waste our time, and that's fine. You just need to stick with us, and
Okay.
I'm gonna mind link with him.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna tell him in his mind link that he is in a very dangerous situation and we are here to be trusted. And if he betrays us, I'm going to give him the most agonizing, painful death. But if he stays within 30 feet of me, then he will survive.
Make an intimidation
While
check.
he does that, can I do a perception check to see if I see any needle marks
Yeah,
in his
sure.
skin, on his arm, or anything?
Make a perception check, yeah.
Can I also sense motive on this guy?
Make a sense motive check, yeah.
It's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
12.
Yeah.
With a dirty 20, and I'll get
And
to that in a
10
second.
minutes, with 5 minutes of that being the walking him through the agonizing death I can cause him.
He is beginning to rush over to you, and then he kind of backpedals a little bit, and then you say 30 feet, and he kind of front pedals a little bit,
Cool.
and he just goes, whatever you want.
Great.
Can I not be in the front?
Yep, you got it. All right.
Gibbs. How is your memory?
My memory?
Yes.
I remember a lot.
Do you remember the people that you care for?
I remember them a
When
lot.
you heal them,
Guys,
do you
are we
remember them?
leaving? What was your roll?
16.
16. Same kind of thing. Panicky dude.
12.
12. With a 12, as you look at this individual, at first you can't really see very much. He's wearing what looks kind of similar to what you're wearing, although a little different. The material's a little bit different, but thinking about how Dr. Maldras does everything the same, though his shirt is gray and his pants are gray, very similar to what you had originally
hollow
been wearing.
projector with a grammar.
Echo was on the beach for the party and saw most of the party goers. Does Echo recognize this dude?
Make a flat intelligence check.
Oh shit. While that's happening, can I see if there's anything pertinent to any of the clues within this room? Mostly by checking the computer and seeing if it's more than just the video game console that he's playing.
Make a computer's check. And then also, Bubs, as he is backpedaling from Gibbs, who's saying I'll kill you, and then he starts front pedaling because Gibbs is unless you stay within 30 feet of me, you can see the sleeves move a little bit, and certainly there are different needle marks. You can see one of these almost it's a little steel circlet, but you know that it does have some kind of biometric purpose. Yeah, definitely evidence that there have been tests done on him.
16.
A 16. With a 16, thinking back, it was a pretty chaotic night. It was dark. You didn't see this guy here, but that doesn't really mean anything. And also, other than your party, everybody else was in bounty hunter costume. Most people had their faces covered, so hard to tell.
I'm going to unroll my sleeve and show him my past. I imagine Bubs has been injected so many times, he probably has scars.
Yeah, oh, for sure, yeah.
And he shows it to him. Show me your hand as well.
He looks and he just goes, I don't understand it.
They
I've never
injected you
seen-
with something as well, I know.
Yeah, and he rolls his sleeve back. You can see the hand a little shaky, but he rolls his sleeve back, and there are a number of relatively healed, what look like very, very small surgical marks, and then yes, the needle marks that go down, starting at the elbow and going down to about the wrist, almost in a straight line, very similar to your own.
They did the same to me.
When did you get here?
Not for a long, long time ago it was. When I was very young, they did it to me.
I've never seen you in the halls.
Were you given any instructions?
Yeah, I was supposed to just... It's this game that they make us play. And when they were moving everything, I thought it was done. I didn't even care if they killed me, honestly. I've been here for almost 2 weeks. I'm not used to this.
2 weeks? That's it? I've spent my entire childhood here.
Bubs, calm down.
Eric, I hear your pain, and I'm sorry I scared you. I should have been more empathetic, but we need to move, and we need to move
Yeah.
with us.
I know.
32.
With a 32, this is the only thing that is a little bit different about it, and at first it
Okay.
does raise some suspicions for you. there is none of the networking capabilities that this should have. And then you recognize that has been purposely removed to keep this from accessing like the outside world. You don't want people that you are keeping captive, probably, just chatting in World of Warcraft. So it seems like it is a slightly limited version. That being said, if you were to, you can't really access the infosphere. This seems like it is brand new. This is probably not available on the market yet. You think back to that car that you saw, it's not available on the market yet. So this is like cutting edge, brand new. It would be hard to tell if there's anything super off about it. It seems like almost a full dive holosuite. You see the two games that are left are a game called A Kind Rest and one called Infernal Forever. Currently playing on the screen is Space Rigger 2251, a space truck simulator.
Nice.
And the two games that Eric grabbed, what's in his hands?
You look down and he's holding a game called Swarm Slayer 4, as well as another game called Populations 5.
So nothing called Sodium 6.
Run through the names of the games one more time.
Swarm Slayer 4, Populations 5, A Kind Rest, Infernal Forever, Space Truck Simulator 2251.
I'm sorry what I said to you, Eric.
No, if you've been, I'm so sorry.
What did you mean in the hallways?
You just came through one, but whenever we play the game, we have to pass through the hallways, and
Tunnel
sometimes,
Quest.
yeah, it's a dumb name. But the other people that are here, they're way stronger than I am.
Are you the only hostage?
I think so. You said that you were here for a long time, but I've never seen you before, so there could be other people here.
I apologize for my insensitivity, but we must be brief and quick. Does the name or term sodium mean anything to you?
Salt?
That's it.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry.
You've been here a while. Then you can tell us about the powers of the people that are here, right? What's Roy got going on?
Right.
Do you mean Rye?
I'm sorry.
Roy.
I'm never gonna get your names right.
Roy!
Rye.
Oh,
All you
way
human
better
names.
than Pendragon and Emma. He was just like a pretty normal guy, I guess. And then after he was administered these shots, he turned into kind of like a slug creature.
That's why he slurps.
That's kind of rude. He's a pretty nice guy.
Okay.
But he works for Dr. Maldross.
Right. And Pendragon?
Pendragon. Pendragon's the scariest one.
Scarier
Why?
than Emma.
Yeah. Emma's Emma. She works for Dr. Maldross. She's like the teacher's pet. But Pendragon, he looks like he's made out of metal, but that's to fool you. If you break his suit, he's so much more dangerous.
What?
What happens when you break a suit?
He's different. He's not like any of us. He's from somewhere else. And so it's like he's made out of almost like a star. I don't know how to explain it.
Oh, no, I can't
So we just
access the infosphere.
Okay.
I
Echo-
suggest we move south.
Echo heads over to the hollow computer shingamajiggy.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
You head over to the Jacinto Stratmaster 2.0.
The game's running, yes?
Yes.
Echo hit start.
Sure. So you can see this is an RTS that is actually produced by Noir Studios, a Drow company. It is a you get to customize a faction at the beginning. And there's all kinds of customization options, and then you fight against a progressively harder and harder swarm of insectoid creatures called the Swarm. And the idea is to survive like however long you can survive. You can see all of the high scores, all 5 of them are Eric.
Sodium. Slugman.
Eric, I'm gonna hold on to those, and you can have them back if and when we survive.
Okay, but
I've got lots of pockets of which.
okay, but A Kind Rest isn't even out yet, and it's going to be really hard to find. So
Great.
please.
So help us get through this, and you will get it back, please.
Okay.
We should move.
Puts it in.
As
Agreed.
he reaches out his arm to Gibbs,
Yep.
I want to see the medical bracelet on his hand.
Yeah.
You see it?
Very simple. It's almost like a it looks like a little bangle almost. If it weren't for the fact that it has this one tiny orb, like a sphere of metal, and you know that is a computerized part that probably has some kind of information attached to it. You've never accessed your own when you had one, but seems to be very
Does he seem
similar.
like attached to his body at all?
No.
Okay.
Echo kind of looks around to the group. I am going to open the north door. As we have not opened other doors whilst doors are open, we should remain in this room. I will be able to open this door once more if it is shut. Please remain here. And Echo goes to open the doors in the lift area.
The northeast door is already open, so I'm gonna stand at the north door ready. Oh, and can I hand Eric the 5-pound rock I'm holding?
So currently, the lift west door and the Mercury east door are open.
No, the lift west door I shut at when we left.
Gotcha. So the east door is the only one that's currently open.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna join
that's-
Gibbs and
yeah,
just have the
that's it.
microphone out.
Okay, no problem. So you guys are going over to the north door?
They are going to the north door, remaining in the room,
Okay,
and Echo is going over to the lift west,
okay.
which will hopefully open Neptune,
Neptune North.
Mercury north,
Mercury North.
so that we can leave
Yeah, we've
through
opened that
Mercury north.
So you go over to lift west. You press the button. You hear the computerized voice say, lift west, open. Mercury north, open. You hear this little as the door tries to open and is already open. And then for all of you waiting at this door, it just kind of, it splits in half. And you see down the way a hallway perhaps 80 feet long, and then another doorway. This one without a button. This seems to be a bulkhead with a sensor control, so as you approach it will open up.
For sake of ease,
Sure.
whenever we're opening doors, can I just access the cameras to see if there's any movement when we open the doors?
Yeah.
And just basically to keep tabs on where all of the other players are.
So as you see Echo go towards the northern door, you flash through the cameras, you see the hallway beyond empty.
So, this door is open. Lift west is open. Mercury east is open.
Correct.
Mercury north is open.
Correct.
Neptune west is open.
Yeah.
Neptune west. Correct, yes.
Okay. Echo returns.
So we're all
Uh,
clustered.
Clustered around. Well, I'm
Back in the Mercury
the
lab.
Mercury
Yes.
North.
And I give Eric the rock, and I'm like, weapon, here you go.
Thanks.
5-pound rock.
Echo returned quite quickly. We do not have much time. We must move.
Hustle,
Already
hustle, hustle.
moving.
Okay, yeah. Eric just catches up. He's trying to stay right on Gibbs's tail, especially.
Echo heads north. Sorry, I need the map
Yep.
back.
North and then
Echo heads north
west
and
or
approaches the
east.
door with the sensor.
Okay.
Yeah.
You head north. It opens, and you can see maybe 20 feet beyond another door with a sensor. The hallway goes to the right, and you know that's where the Neptune lab is. Is that where you're headed?
Yeah, that's where Echo's headed.
we're moving.
And once they are inside the Neptune lab, Echo shuts the west door.
Okay. So you all get into the Neptune lab, and as you do, Eric says, "Oh, this is where they brought me in.
Yes.
This is where I woke up."
Great.
And you can see he looks over at the locker, and there's this kind of fear that flashes across his eyes. He
What's
catches
that?
your eye, Bubs, and he just looks over at the locker, looks back down at his arms, yours. But you are now within this room, and Echo, if you want, you can
we-
close the door.
Pick up on that.
Yeah, I would say.
I have a passive
I'm
perception.
gonna go.
pretty high.
I want to go
It's not
look
trying to
at
hide
the. Yeah, I want to go check this locker out. Assuming that there's probably some syringes and shit in there.
While they're doing that, Echo has shut the door and is generally checking out the room for anything that seems weird.
Okay. As you shut the door and the group disperses to touch stuff, Eric just goes, "Be careful. They don't always trap things, but they do sometimes.
Oh, then let's not touch anything we don't need
Just
to
be
touch.
really careful."
Neptune is not on this. Neptune is on this list.
We're
Yes,
in
it is.
Neptune. Yeah.
Wait. Oh, we're going.
Yeah, we're going, and then we're gonna go to Jupiter next.
You open this locker.
Was it locked or?
No.
Okay.
That's why you opened it.
Yeah.
As you do, the door of the locker has many hooks, and from them hang a variety of knives, drills, graters, needles. You can see all different implements of torture, essentially. You can see what looks like a portable battery, several sets of leads. You see small glass rods. You hear this little, and you look down, and on the bottom of this locker, there is a small cage with a rat. There is a blowtorch. There are fuel cells for this. And there seems to be one shelf that is empty. Roughly displaced. There is the color or the shape of what might be a first aid kit or something similar there. No longer. But that is what is within.
Okay.
Oh,
We need to keep moving.
Spice goes into that torture chamber and takes all the stuff.
Okay.
Gibbs grabs the rat cage.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Gibbs, you can add a cage and a rat to your inventory. The rat seems pretty freaked out as you move it around, used to being in the dark.
I feed it a lower class bug.
Do we have animal handling? Is that a skill?
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a
Survival?
life science.
Life science?
Yeah,
Go for it.
I'll take a life science. It's an intelligence stat. Fuck. 12.
You go over and you're just like, here. And the rat is like crowded against the bars trying to get away from you.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it must be so hungry. Here. And you like stick your little fingers really through the bars. And you're rewarded with a chomp as it bites into your finger and you pull back.
Oh, lifelink.
Oh.
It lifelinked with me,
There you go.
guys.
So,
You're gonna be Tobin.
you have
Oh.
so you have met another version of Tobin.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Does Echo note anything else in the room that jumps out as being weird?
No.
Okay.
I would say that is mostly what you see. Spice, you can add 13 knives, a drill with bits, 2 different sizes of graters. There is a personal lift battery, along with a pair of leads. There's 9 glass rods, which are probably about as wide as a ladybug, and maybe about 6 inches long. There is a blowtorch. There are 2 fuel cells. That's mostly what you find.
She looks at her tattoo of Zon Kuthan and this disgusting smile creeps across her face, and then that's it.
Cool.
Bubs is gonna turn to Eric and say, "Is there any other marks on your body that they did? Anything, maybe around your head?"
Can you be moving while we
Yeah, sure.
have
Yeah,
this
yeah.
conversation?
You guys are walking over.
We have to
What-
decide what door.
Before that,
Yes.
quick definition on a personal lift battery.
Personal lift is like a rascal scooter. Generally speaking, they're hovered now, but
Okay.
yeah,
All
It's a Segway battery.
it's a lawnmower
Okay.
battery.
Cool.
Essentially, yeah.
All right. Thank
So
you.
Eric replies.
So Eric turns to you and says, "They shaved the back of my head, and there's like a lump there, but
I'm
I
gonna
can't see it."
turn to the group. They put something in the brain of the frogs, didn't they?
Yeah, and you're brainwashed too. So he's gonna be brainwashed, and Dr. Maldross is
I'm
gonna.
not brainwashed.
Not yet. I get that.
Can I attempt to wirelessly hack into the back thing of his brain to see if it's
Without even a computer's check,
Yeah.
using your exocortex and wireless hack, you detect no electronics within that.
Echo moves to the north door and says, "Please ready yourselves."
Do you want me to cut it out, Eric?
The
She
north
flicks out the knives.
Sorry,
I
East door.
Maybe we can get out of here first.
East door.
East door?
East door.
All right.
You hear?
Going into the cameras.
Oh, okay. So first, going into the cameras.
Oh,
for
this-
when they're opening.
This is the hallway with the hum, though, guys. There's a hum here.
It is necessary that we go through this hallway.
Pit Viper car, but there's something booby trapped in this hallway. We've got to be mindful of it. No hustle, no bustle.
I'm gonna send a group chat to the group, basically just explaining, just the chip. or
Whatever
something
you
is-
send, for what it's worth, returned as
Oh
undeliverable.
yeah, chip. Okay, I'm just gonna say, I don't know what's in your brain, but they never did surgery on me.
Well, they did different things to everybody, I think. Rye talked about some kind of a cocktail, and I never got a cocktail.
We will have to deal with it later.
So you go into this long hallway and looking at it from the eastern side, which you would imagine right above the Saturn lab door.
Did it say anything when Echo opened that door?
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Oh, so I wasn't sure if you wanted to look through the camera first.
No. I'm
Because that made the most sense
in the
to me.
camera as Echo is opening the door.
Sure. So first of all, the door, as you go into it, the hallway is empty.
Mhm.
But as the door is open, it does say, Neptune East, open. Saturn West, open.
Oh.
And on the other end of the hallway,
That's bad.
the
Oh.
door opens.
That's bad. We gotta shut it.
Shut it.
That's Pendragon.
Quickly,
That's
move
Pendragon.
quickly, move quickly.
But I
You
don't
shut
want to
it.
move into the. No, I.
Because that's the
not moving into
booby
the
trapped hallway.
Move
Shut it.
quickly.
No, it's also we just opened the door directly to Pendragon.
Right.
Does
We're
everyone?
going to confront
What do
No,
people do?
we
Where are you guys going?
Echo stepped through.
step through.
Yeah, we
Well,
have to-
I'm stepping through, but I'm getting ready to like gravity gun this guy who's probably gonna come charging towards us from the other end of the hallway because I can probably see him coming towards us.
This
from the other
hallway
end of
is the
hallway.
longest hallway in this
Yeah.
structure.
Oh.
So probably about 120 feet long.
So we're
Peering
here.
down.
This is the
Yeah,
hum.
okay.
Here's Pendragon. We opened this door and this door, so
We
he's got a
have to
straight
get to
shot.
There is
here
dull
to
light
run
that is
down.
coming through, and you can see the actual front of this hover car through the doorway. You don't see that individual anymore. Seems to have moved to the sides. Maybe they've moved out. Hard to tell.
It's still in the room though, presumably.
You flash over to the cameras.
Yeah, I mean I'm in the camera as the door's opening.
You can see he is right on the other side of the door, within the Saturn lab, between the west and south door.
Okay, so like right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. We should go this way then.
Quickly stepping in front of Echo to do so. The hum I heard.
Yes.
Zeroing in, I
You
want
hear
to.
a lot more in this hallway, now no longer with the door between you, and it's coming from the direction of what you've all identified as the Uranus lab.
Oh, that lab.
Yes.
To the north.
Does it sound dangerous or like a refrigerator? I know
Make a
refrigerators.
physical science check.
Thanks.
That's
Would
what
I
you're
be
looking
able to
for.
my
That's where
microphone
the
here if I
field
listen to
generator,
them?
the
Yeah.
generator.
Make a perception
is.
check for
It's
you.
just a generator.
I'll take it.
19 plus.
Oh, I'm not good at physical science. 17.
17. That's still pretty
Yeah,
good.
I know, but it's a 5 and I got a
okay
20.
notes
Yeah.
today for the
Yeah.
first time ever.
27 plus 6, 33.
So Gibbs, first, as you're listening, it's kind of hard to tell with the 17. It could be so many different things. Certainly electric, and certainly a large power source, so not battery powered. For you, Bubs, you hear a dull hum. And for you, this seems to be, it kind of triggers a memory for you. There were times where you needed to be kept separate from your environment, especially before things were settled a little bit more. And in those times, there were fields that were generated around you, and they were typically pretty small as they required a tremendous amount of power to create even that. It sounds a lot like that.
Probably because that's where they were keeping Pendragon, because that's where the exosuit bay was, and that's also where he isn't now.
I remember before my
Is everyone in the
injection,
hallway?
Yes.
Yeah.
If everyone's in the hallway, Echo shuts the door.
Okay.
I remember that sound.
Both sides of the hall shut, and you see Eric look one way then the other, and he goes, "What? Why?
Pendragon is ahead of us.
Why are we going this way?
We are not going that way.
There's
Eric, trust us.
Calm down.
And I hand him the end of my tail.
do I have to?
It feels warm.
Moving
Are you
ahead,
cold?
presumably with
No.
Echo.
While Bubs is talking,
Yeah.
Echo moves forward a little less hurriedly, but is taking the path to the right, eventually towards the Jupiter lab.
But this has a
Shade
door,
is
right?
following.
It's the I'm assuming it's the sensor.
Yeah.
So you get closer to that door.
Bob's just gonna continue what he's saying. It was like that sound was the only thing I could remember before I had this bubble.
So
What?
what is it?
I
Do
don't
you
know.
believe the sound is the thing that preceded you receiving your bubble?
That could be possibly it.
Now is
So
not
it's a
the time to
protection
discuss
field,
this.
right? Maybe they're protecting something there, but are we going there or?
We are not going to the Uranus lab. It was not in the sequence that we received.
Yes, it was. It's after Jupiter.
It is not.
Yeah,
It
it's
is not.
Mercury, Sodium, Neptune, Pluto, Orange, Jupiter, Echo, Uranus.
Nope,
No,
Mars.
space
You
station.
missed it. Mercury,
Oh.
sodium, six also. You missed 6.
I said 6.
You went back and listened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I would trust Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got type
I
notes.
thought you had it.
Since I read,
When I said that, you said it was good.
oh, I don't know. It sounded good.
He's the DM. The DM can lie to you.
I wouldn't lie about that. It doesn't really serve me anything.
Though being sketchy of this hallway because
We
it's the
look
longest
stupid.
and it
Yes.
hummed, and I know that the hum's not there anymore. Can I check for booby traps in this hallway?
Booby
trap.
Make an investigation.
Booty traps besides Gibbs. Thanks.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Make an investigation check.
That's the result of a solution to
18.
fist bump.
Yeah, right?
Perception,
Everybody's
sorry.
turned
18
on
plus
in
12
this dungeon.
is
It's a booby
30.
30.
A flirty 30 though, as I flirt with danger.
Flirty
Sure.
30 for booty
You
traps.
Get down really close into the space, and you like sniff along the edges of the floor where they meet the wall. You don't smell any kind of ozone that would indicate like the production of some kind of like a field that might trap you. You don't see any of the little hexagons that had lasers hiding behind them. You don't see any traps here. You don't feel anything that feels like it might be a trap, and you recognize. The hallways have been relatively safe after you've gotten down to this floor. It really is the rooms that you need to worry about. But you do hear the source of that hum coming from the Uranus lab around the corner.
You're not gonna tempt me, Joe. I go wait by the door for Echo, ignoring the hummy.
Oh, Echo's already there.
Yeah, you feel
Like Echo and
as
Shade are just
Echo
like,
and
we're
Shade
doing this.
Just turn right. You
Gotta
head
sniff
into
the
the
seams.
sort of middle hallway, and you can see there's another door beyond. What are you doing?
What door opens
Shut
with this
down.
door?
Echo hasn't opened the door yet.
Oh, sorry.
Shade, you mentioned that Jupiter was impossible to see due to the height of the ceiling.
Not impossible, just I couldn't see the ceiling itself.
You could not see the ceiling, but you could see the floor.
Yes.
Is there anything waiting for us on the other side?
Nothing notable within the camera view.
That is disturbing. Please be ready. I am opening the door in 3, 2, 1.
And this is Jupiter West.
This is
Jupiter East. No, sorry,
Jupiter
West.
West.
West. Yes, sorry.
All right.
East and West are
It's
so
upside-
difficult.
It's upside down.
I thought you said
West.
West.
Jupiter West open. Jupiter East open.
Oh,
Interesting.
fuck.
And you see
Oh no,
What?
he's still
It
locked.
is still
in there.
locked.
He's
It's
still locked
fine.
in there.
you can see into this laboratory now, and you can see what looks like raised platforms. And as you get a little bit closer and kind of peer in, this room,
Oh, it's the Metroid. Gotta jump to escape level room.
it seems like it rises up about 80 feet to the ceiling instead of the normal 10. There is a huge propeller overhead. There is also one
No, it's the
mounted
Willy Wonka room where we're gonna
underneath
have
the
to
floor. It has all the appearance of a massive wind tunnel. There is a mesh grate, a steel mesh grate that does separate the propeller from you all. And so you'd imagine designed so that you all,
burp, Charlie.
yeah, this was not a room designed to eviscerate everybody within it. This is a room designed to maybe test some kind of an aerodynamic thing. And as you look up, you can see, similar to what you were saying, platforms at different levels.
Echo's mom arm to the group.
Wait, one question. Do you have more of that ion tape?
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna give Gibbs the
I
little-
scamper back really fast, and I go to the room that's got Pendragon in it. And I don't have a badge, but I can get there because all the doors are open.
Yep.
Well-
Yeah, the doors between that and
So
The sensor doors, what about those?
you can open those without. Yeah,
Okay.
there's sensor
Oh,
doors.
it's
So
just like,
automatically.
it's
it's
not.
not a sensor for the key card. It's
Gotcha.
a sensor for
It's like
motion.
walking.
But I
into
can get
the
to Pendragon's.
opening of a
You can get to the outside of the Saturn
department
laboratory.
store.
Yes.
Yes. So I
So
will
you're
do.
going
Yes,
this way.
I will do the. Hold on.
And
This
for what
is-
it's worth, any individual that does escape into a hallway, similar rules apply.
Yeah.
So they're not, if they're free within one hallway, they're free within several.
Yeah.
Right.
So I will ion tape the west door, and I can ion tape the south, one of the south doors now.
If you
Yeah.
get through the room.
If never mind. So
But you can do at least one.
so first I'll go back and I'll do that one, and I'll
I'll
ion
go with
tape it.
Gibbs, and then I'll-
No problem. The south door in the lift room is already ion taped. So you are doing the south door to which?
I'm doing Saturn west.
Okay, no problem.
That Pendragon was behind. So this is Ion now.
You go to Saturn West and you take this tape. You down and kind of get ready to spark the electricity. And on the other side, you hear this loud, almost metallic rasp. And it's just this long... You'll fail eventually, you know.
I hope that failure doesn't hurt you as well. I'm sorry you're here. I'm sorry we're all here.
As sorry as you're about to be.
And I say nothing. And I ion tape the door. And I don't lead into the goading. And I hold Bubs' hand as we return, plus Eric's, because he would have stayed with me.
Yeah, Eric's definitely with you.
Yeah.
So it's Bubs, Gibbs, and Eric. As you put this ion tape on the door and using electricity to seal and create a single layer, now creating a very conducive point of contact.
Fuck.
What? What?
Yeah, you
This was such a good
Because
idea!
it is 7:45.
No, it's not.
I said there's ion tape! No one stopped me!
So thank you for hanging out with us so far. I'm having a great time. We're going to take a quick break. It is 7:45. We'll be back at 7:55. And we'll see what happens to this very
Listen, all Gibbs
conducive-
knows is that you did it
See
for
you
a
just a
less
little bit.
dangerous door than the door we're worried about.
If this
and welcome back to Mosaic Team 5. Thank you for sticking with us through the break. If you did, if you're just joining us, welcome to a little bit of Starfinder
I'm
action.
just joining us.
So, when we left off, you had all opened this, Gibbs, you had taken a little bit of this electrical tape, and alongside Bubs and Eric.
Having explained along the way what I was doing, and no one stopped me until it seemed like it was a bad
You didn't
idea.
really explain. You just said, "Do you still have that ion tape?"
Yeah,
and then
obviously.
we're like,
Ion
"Yeah."
tape.
There's no
ran.
way you would have known.
When you applied
I
this
didn't know either.
electrical spark, and having already been ominously told that you were about to make a mistake by the individual beyond, you put this charge into the electronic tape, forming a perfect seal. And as you did so, you can see Eric just go, no, but already a little bit too late. This tape, you see it become one with the door, and then it begins to glow. Shade, as you look from the camera, you can see...
How did it get activated? Did you? Oh, you did that. Okay.
And so you can see this being leaning against the metallic wall, now one solid kind of joint of metal. It seems like it almost takes a breath and the whole suit crumbles. And I want everybody to roll for initiative, keeping in mind most of you are relatively far away.
Seeing this happening on the camera, I'm running towards where they are to try and help. Ooh, okay, that's good.
You are bought specifically for Echo. Be better.
You know, it's not the worst.
Sometimes you have to give
Shh, don't let it hear
the
you.
theme die a timeout.
It needs to aspire to greatness.
It's true,
Yeah, it's
but
better
sometimes
than
you
the last
gotta.
dice you were rolling.
Sometimes you gotta put it on the bench for
You
a
are the
bit.
worst. Get better.
That's not
9.
how you raise the
Oh
dice.
my God.
Give me 1 second.
Oh my god.
All right.
Nine.
Anybody natural 20? Me.
Fuck.
Oh, what? Really? What?
God
So
damn it.
Pendragon starting us off.
Fucking
Anybody
Pendragon.
25 to 20?
26.
26. All right. We got
Actually, I guess that's more than 20.
it is, but still, natural 20 is going first.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, no, it's 24. I mathed wrong.
Okay. Anybody 20 to 15?
Oh, 16.
16?
I have a 19.
19.
Oh, wait.
18
I'm just looking at
plus
your
equals-
initiative order. Sorry.
No worries. Okay. 15 to 10.
I'm
For
just looking
14.
at your
14.
booty trap.
Where are you at, Bubs?
What did I
6.
say? It was like a 6 or a 7.
It was a 6.
It was a 9, actually. 5 plus 4.
Oh, and Eric going last.
He's going with a 3.
Oof.
It just worked out nicely.
Oh, poor boy.
Okay. So, the way that this worked out, let me go ahead and pull up our combat camera here. Pendragon is leading us off, followed by Shade, followed by Spice, followed by Echo, followed by Gibbs, followed by Bubs, followed by Eric. So, on the other side of this door, and actually, where are Gibbs? I need Gibbs, Bubs,
Oh.
and Eric.
So
Gibbs,
this is north,
Bubs.
We were west.
coming from the west side.
Yeah.
This is the door, 10 feet wide.
Gibbs is there, yeah, and Eric's behind
Eric
us.
is no, so Bubs is next to you because
Yeah.
Gibbs is basically right on your tail. And emerging from this piping hot seal,
Oh my god!
In place of this guy?
Oh,
so
dear.
that suit is still there, and you can
Oh,
see
okay.
Oh,
it's
it's an
crumpled
But it's
on
in
the
there.
ground.
exosuit.
Yeah, it's just
It is just an
containing.
exosuit.
Okay.
And the volume
Crumbled on
within
the
it,
ground.
this creature, much larger, although made entirely out of it, would look like some kind of flame or plasma because electricity sparkles and cracks through.
In Bubs' mind, he's thinking back to Cindy, and he's remembering that something happened to her.
Indeed, it did.
But this is kind of different.
So,
Something improved.
definitely something different. All right, let me pull up my frenemies list here.
They were so close to not dying.
I know, yeah, you guys are doing
We're
awesome.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like everything I've done is like been bad. I'm cursed.
We're good. We're good.
It's not even my dice, it's just my ideas are bad.
No.
So this gout of flame and electricity swirls out right next to you, Gibbs. Almost surrounding you. The fire just burns away. He's going to go ahead and make an attack against you. That is going to be a 34.
Yeah, doesn't even have to ask.
When do we have free actions to say things? On our turn or?
You say a lot.
Yeah, but you can kind of throw words here.
Reaction banter,
Gibbs,
I think, like all the time.
you are going to take 14 points of electric damage as this crackles into you, and then Bubs, go ahead and make a reflex saving throw, please.
Let's do it.
Natural one from Eric.
7.
Buddy.
Ooh.
5.
Go ahead and boom.
12.
Use a free action to oof.
Bubs, you are going to take 12 points of electric damage, as is Eric. As this jumps from Gibbs to you and then through you to Eric. You hear him scream as he is electrocuted behind you. Doesn't seem to have the same physical power as you. He drops to one knee, almost unconscious. However, that is Pendragon's turn. That brings us to Shade. Shade, at the moment, if I have this correct, you are roughly
map?
160 feet away.
Oh, Lord.
You are around two corners, and all of a sudden, you just hear distant, but
Yeah, so I'm
this
in.
flame emerge.
I'm like at the door of Jupiter, right?
Yes,
You said 160 feet?
correct.
So with my full action, I can run that whole distance, right?
I believe.
Oh, no, I can run 4 times my movement speed.
So you should be able to get just about 30 feet closer to, like, you should be
Yeah,
30
I think
feet
I.
away from the door.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
All right. You run, watching this happen, kind of like flicking over to the camera overhead. You can see this all unfold in front of you, but that is where you do. And right at the end of the turn, you end up 30 feet back from where Eric is.
Seeing them all getting electrocuted.
Yeah, just like this jolt go through all of them like a single bolt. But that is Shade's turn. That brings us to Spice. Spice, you are a similar distance away. What do you want to do?
And it's just me and Echo.
Right now, yeah, just you and Echo.
Echo doesn't need me to help hurry, so I'm gonna use my full action to also dash.
Okay. Everybody leaves you, Echo. Spice, you make your way in the
One
same
does.
direction. Echo, what do you want to do?
Well, I suppose that now everyone is gone, I must follow.
You can probably get there without having to use your full action.
Yeah.
160 feet. I don't think so.
Echo's gonna blaze through Jupiter
Okay. How do you want to do that?
as fast as Echo
I think I
possible.
know what you're doing.
I don't know what you're doing. What
Flank.
the fuck?
So,
And
you
Echo's
open up the door.
it's already open.
already open.
Yeah. I see where you're going.
You can see on the other side the door is open and running. Taking this direction, it's actually a little bit closer. It's about 120 feet away. So going through the full length of the room, around that L-shaped hallway, and up to Saturn's south, 120 feet.
Echo's gonna open the door.
No problem. You dash through this room. Almost as Shade and Spice are rounding the first corner, you're already on the other side of the door. You emerge right on the other side, and what are you doing?
Do I still have movement, or is because opening the door was my action? It was an action.
120 feet, you can't break up your movement. If you want to open the door and continue to move as you are doing that, I would say you can do that.
Okay. Where's that weapon you mentioned earlier?
The weapon that I mentioned earlier, you see that little silver box? It's almost, it looks almost like an electric,
Corgi.
it's an electric emitter of some kind. An electric corgi. An electric emitter of some kind that seems pointed at one of the discolored patches on the chassis of this vehicle.
Does it look like I can move it?
It looks like it's designed to swivel a little bit side to side, but it's rooted, it's pretty big.
Okay, so it's like a floor cannon or something.
Yes, this would be
Okay.
something that you would mount. You could mount it to like a motorcycle. It's not huge, but you can see Anubis dynamics on it. It's designed for a starship.
Okay. And this is like a being of pure energy.
It seems to be hard to
Oh,
tell.
energy or fire?
Hard to tell.
Energy. Yeah.
Plasma is the most accurate descriptor.
Okay. Shit. Well, I don't want to give it more energy.
For what it's
Do I?
worth. Are you opening the door to go in? Because
Echo's
you can't-
opening the door to go in,
Okay.
and assumedly this is the console to control the weapon.
Hard to tell, but bursting in, that's the only console in the room.
Echo's gonna head towards the console.
Sure. You rush towards the console, which is another 30 feet of movement. And then stopping your movement there
Yep.
and peering over at it, you can see there is a whole series of schematics. This seems to be some kind of an electric weapon designed to disable starships.
Mhm.
And there are all kinds of readings. If you want, as an action, you can do a, like a physical sciences check or whatever you want to do.
What does opening the south door do?
Sorry. So, south,
okay.
Saturn south. Complicated puzzle.
Yeah.
And Jupiter East.
Oh yeah, and Jupiter East. So Jupiter.
Jupiter East was
Jupiter's
already open.
Okay.
Because Jupiter West opens Jupiter East.
That's why Echo just like blazed through.
Yeah.
Saturn South, open. Venus North, open.
Venus North.
That's down below.
Puzzle panels.
Yeah.
But Mercury South is
Echo,
still
you
closed.
burst into the
Not
room.
a big deal.
What kind of a check are you making? What are you trying to discern?
If Echo can use this to control the weapon.
Okay, make a computer's check. Way easier.
Math is not. 25.
25.
Nice.
Absolutely, you can control the weapon. Again, pretty narrow arc of movement, but anything that is within like a roughly 90-degree arc, which is the car and a little bit off to the left, it is probably just a little shy of being able to hit that monster, unfortunately. Because it is, unlike most of you, this can share a space with creatures, and it is sharing a space with Gibbs.
So this is actually.
It's actually in the hall, yeah.
Oh, it's in the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on my
I thought you were
square.
trying to close
Yeah.
the one, but-
Yours closed. He went through a closed
He's
door.
in the hallway.
What are you doing?
Echo only has physical weapons.
Everyone
Well,
is.
wouldn't it just absorb energy weapons?
What are you doing?
Probably.
Oh shit. Echo's going to attempt to fire the weapon
Okay.
as close to the edge of the thing as it can.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll. You'd imagine this is a real high target to hit because it is. You basically have to force it to go beyond its means. So
Yep.
go ahead, make an attack roll.
Don't do anything.
Oh shit!
No.
What'd you roll?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
what?
that's not a good
A
thing.
1?
Times.
Phenomenal.
Put that.
Bye everyone. Goodbye. I'm glad I have a new
Echo, as
character
you
ready.
rush over, streaking, running faster than any of the other creatures are able to move,
Wow.
you slam into this console and try to activate it a little bit too hastily. And
Just pluck it.
you hear this grind of motors.
Break it.
This weapon cracks the housing and swings wide to the side, and certainly it will hit this creature. Bubs, Gibbs, if you guys could make reflex saving throws, please.
You just killed everyone else.
I'm so
Eric?
fucking sorry.
This is the second time, Echo.
Oh, Eric is almost certainly dead.
I don't care.
Again, this is an anti-starship weapon.
Yes.
18.
18, okay. that's good.
17.
Very
Fuck,
good.
thank God.
Wow.
I rolled a
okay.
15 plus 2.
Woo, woo, woo.
Thank fucking
Give
God.
me a second here.
Well, Eric, it was knowing you.
We
Too
were
many
all
things that I
fired
thought that
anyways,
could happen.
Yeah, I think we were gonna fight him too.
So you all take 27 points of electric damage, halved
Oh.
to 13.
This is supposed to take down a starship.
And as it like breaks and wheels over, it sends out this huge burst of electricity. Shade. As you are rounding the corner and running, you see this erupt around your allies. You see it strike the creature, and the creature seems to almost grow bigger. And also, your mind, your vision blurs. You've seen this weapon fire before. And it seems to almost swing your consciousness for just a moment. However, Echo, anything else?
No, I want to hear what more is going on. Echo
Right.
ducks behind the thing. Echo's
Yes.
ducking.
Sorry, so
You see Echo like fly in on the opposite side, and you're like, oh, thank God, Echo's flanking us. And then all of a sudden, Echo slams on the computer, and this weapon wheels around and explodes across Bubs and across this creature.
I'm gonna free action tell Gibbs, and I don't know if this is gonna work. Gibbs, do you still have that fire extinguisher?
yeah, always.
So
I love
the electricity is crackling off your fur, and you're just like, yeah. And it just goes out, electricity over this metal housing, and you hold a wet fire extinguisher.
Eric, run 30 feet beyond's okay now.
You turn, and Eric is down.
I was gonna say Eric's
He's at 3 health at that
Oh.
point. Yeah, Eric, that almost killed Eric. If Eric had failed, that would have killed Eric outright.
Oh, good job, Eric.
Fuck. Do I want to save Eric? No.
Bro, leave Eric.
What are you doing?
And I pass you a fire
Oh, you
extinguisher? I don't want to use it.
Okay, no problem. You toss a fire extinguisher over. You
Fine.
see.
You not take? Do you take it?
No, you bumps their gestures for you to.
Oh my god, so
Use it.
you waste your turn going, yeah.
After you.
I'm a magic user. I'm way better than a fire extinguisher,
I
but
can use
fine. No, I pull the plug and I aim it at myself because we're sharing a space.
Yeah, sure,
and I
no
want to
problem.
protect myself, and fire extinguishers. I'm thinking this is a protection item, not a
An attack.
an attacking item.
So your intent is to free yourself from this creature being in your space, essentially.
And I want, and I'll step back a little as I do
I might
it.
launch you back too.
Yeah.
So you say this to Gibbs. Gibbs yanks out the fire extinguisher, thrusts it into your hands, and you go, no. Takes it back, and Gibbs, in a panic, you yank the cord, and you point and press and swirl. You do the biggest spin that you've ever done. You use all of the momentum that you can generate with your tail to corkscrew around. And for everybody in this space, I don't know if any of you have ever seen a fire extinguisher be deployed.
No.
Just
Yeah.
white. Visibility drops completely. If you are within 5 feet of Gibbs at this point, you are blind. The air fills with this heavy white smoke almost. It's like a combination smoke foam. As you move your hands through it, you can feel it. It's like thick, but still weirdly airy. And it's cold. And this creature seems to almost just disappear from around you.
Nice. Fuck yes, nice job.
If you could move it to the other side of Bubs,
Wow,
basically it
that's
is
a
now
good
between
idea.
Bubs and Shade.
Oh, it's not gone.
Well, we're like
No, but it's
further back.
Gibbs
Can you
is
roll
protected.
2d10 for me, please?
Yes, gladly.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Sorry, I need to find a D10.
All right. Good thinking with the
Very
fire
good thinking.
extinguisher.
Nice.
I didn't think about that.
10 and wait, 3, 13.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I thought it was a loose thing.
I actually forget how much health he has. 1
Just
second.
pull the outline of my body off. Like one of those cartoon characters. Just bulk out of the outline.
The flames almost diminish slightly. This is the opposite reaction to this electricity hitting it. This seems to be a good thing to do.
And then I can use a movement action. Oh shit, no. I can use a standard action to heal. Can I heal?
I will call the fire extinguisher a swift action.
Oh, shit!
Generous, thank God.
That is generous. Actually, fine. You know what? I will, I'm gonna regret this. This is not worth the resolve point, but whatever. I'm gonna pull Eric with my tail.
No, you got it. It's classic
Kind of clawing him as I go because we don't have lifelink,
Yeah.
and I will shove him into the room. But as he touches me and I pass him into that room,
Uh-huh.
I will restore.
So
4d8.
The door isn't that door shut?
I thought we shot a cannon through it.
The cannon's electricity, and it can
Oh.
trace through the point that you made that allowed the electrical
No.
creature
I
to pass
see.
through it.
Oh yeah, because you
Okay.
sealed the door shut. How did he get through though? Did he
He
pass
moved- so,
through
yeah.
the current?
Okay.
As soon as you created a solid weld between the joints, he was able to just transfer straight
Cool.
through.
Then I'll just shove Eric into the wall.
Okay, no problem.
Why not?
You take Eric with your tail and wham,
And
into
he's
the
dead.
wall.
Okay, so he gets 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 3 plus 2 is 5, which is 13 hit points back.
Very nice.
And I'm gonna keep my tail over his mouth, just like suspending, just like trying to make him less of a target.
Okay. He comes to barely with 13 health. That just got him up, and he's just like clutching, hanging on. You put the tail over his mouth. He tries to like pull your tail over him, and so your butt like goes across his face. He's just trying to hide underneath you.
Trap.
However, anything else gives.
No, I've done enough. I spent a resolve point to do that, and he's not worth one.
Bubs, what would you like to do? And Eric, you're on deck.
I have no idea. I don't think attacking this thing's gonna work physically.
What are you doing?
Fuck it, I'll give this a shot.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, why not?
Punch lightning! Pew pew!
Go, Bubs, hit it with the hammer.
Hey.
That's a 13. I'm just doing a single attack. So plus 10.
22? And that's
28.
against
23.
Kinesis?
28, isn't it? That's an 18.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that makes
right.
sense. No problem.
Wow.
It looked like a 13.
Even though you are striking fire and plasma, that is high enough to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, that's the 13. Okay, sorry.
So
Very
the
nice.
fire hammer is doing damage to this.
This is with
plasma user?
your fist or with the hammer?
I believe I said the hammer.
Oh, my
So
fault then.
Yeah.
Did not
you-
realize that.
Yeah. I mean, I can't lie.
You're just adding.
Ah!
No, he
Damage
said
for it.
hammer.
Yeah, I said hammer.
Yeah.
Roll
Yeah,
damage
but
for it.
that's a magma
15.
hammer for the
wait, that's
fire
D4,
guy.
I'm sorry.
No, he's electric. Oh, he's plasma.
General energy.
Fire and electric
I was hoping to
have a
overload
lot of
him.
overlap in because lasers.
Pew, pew, pew.
But it's not electronics.
So you give
right?
him 23
It's
health
not
points.
electronics,
We haven't heard
so
of
I
it.
don't think I can over.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have. I
No,
just
I was trying to
gave
do
like
it. Doesn't
14
heal him.
damage.
It's a starship weapon.
It makes him hit
Okay, here
harder.
we go. 7 plus
Um,
13.
So 22.
Yep. Sorry.
22 health back.
No, 20. 7 plus 13.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I heard 15. No problem. You slam the magma hammer into this beast, and it seems to almost pass through. And as it does, you pull out a cold, inactive hammer on the other side. You have to reactivate it, but this creature seems to swell with that energy. And you would imagine that damage coming out somewhere else. That being said,
You're gonna do the damn. Oh man,
No, no.
I was right.
anything else, Bubs?
Can I drop the hammer as a free action?
Yeah, you can free action drop the hammer, no
we
problem.
want the other
Free
one.
action, drop the hammer.
You drop the hammer on the ground and it
And,
clatters.
I think I can do. Can I do like a guarded step to take back? No, okay,
I don't think so.
Forever.
Yeah,
So
that's my turn then.
drop the hammer,
Yeah.
no problem. Eric, on his turn, is going to make a stealth check.
Well, did you
Not
move?
great.
Isn't guard said move?
No, it's a full action, I believe.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
Only because he gagged, so I just farted in his mouth.
And Eric, you can just hear him, and he just tries to make himself smaller. That is Eric's turn. That is going to bring us to the top of the round to Pendragon. So Pendragon now on the other side of Bubs.
I'm gonna move action, guarded step.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. So you move action and you move, what is it, 3 feet back?
5 feet.
5 feet, no problem.
No.
Yeah.
I thought it was 1 foot, but
No, it's 5
5
feet
feet
back.
no worries. So you take that guarded step, moving yourself back to even with Gibbs.
It's essentially disengage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see this creature swipe out, but with this guarded step, you're able to dodge, keeping a good eye on what he's doing. However, on its turn, you can see it seems to have become larger and brighter. When Echo hit it, it got bigger. When you hit it, it got
Yeah.
bigger. And now you watch as it pulls its arms back, and it's like the mass generated pulls back through its chest and onto its shoulders. And then it gestures forwards and unleashes a torrent of this hot plasma.
Yeah. Thanks for standing right next to me, you asshole.
Eric.
Having a tough go.
I'm.
Oh,
Eric.
Eric.
Gibbs and Bubs, go ahead and make reflex saving throws. For
And
me,
I'm
please.
specifically, like I always do, protecting Eric.
Okay.
I
So
have one good idea, I have one bad idea.
Yeah, I've only had bad ideas, so it's.
one, you know?
1, 4.
What do you want? Reflex or fortitude?
reflex, please.
God damn it.
12.
Why not a will? Give me a will save. I'll
17.
take that.
17.
9.
9. 17 is a success. A 9 is not. Eric and you fail. The two
Eric,
of
we
you
die together.
are taking 25 points
Oh,
of electric damage,
jeez.
which for you, Bubs, is halved.
12.
However, you watch as Eric, hiding as hard as he can underneath you, is just washed in this electricity. He can't dodge, he can't see to dodge, and he is just fried underneath you. You feel his skin fuse to your fur in places, and you have to pull away, tearing it, but he is in bad shape.
Oh,
You
God.
look at him, and even without a life sciences check, you're pretty sure Eric is gone.
Gibbs is in a bad.
Now he's gonna come
Yeah.
back as Eric the White.
However, this creature sinks back to its original size, and that is Pendragon's turn. Actually, interesting.
No, that's his turn. Next.
the tide.
You watch as this plasma washes over that chair, which is just incinerated.
Wait, is the door open now?
Does the door incinerate?
No, because it would just be electricity, so I guess that wouldn't really incinerate it. It's electricity that's hitting the chair, so it would be more like it kind of explodes.
Is the door open?
The door isn't open.
Does it?
But-
It doesn't short the door, and it's like beep beep beep.
You imagine the door is not going to electronically work ever
No.
again.
So Echo from this side sees like this
So every time that this creature transfers its power across a membrane, you watch as the membrane heats up a little bit more. This door is beginning to glow a little bit, and as you get closer to it, the door itself is getting quite hot. Each time that it is manipulating things through metal, it's damaging the metal as well. So it is able to do damage on the other side of the door. You would imagine at some point this door will actually become liquid.
It's basically like superconducting it.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, Shade, well, yes, and that should be something that Shade especially should be considerate about. What are you guys doing?
And Echo.
It's not my turn.
It's Shade's turn.
It's Shade's turn.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Here's your idea.
I mean, well, you guys put me in a bad spot for what I wanted to do.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a great spot. Don't worry.
Okay, move action. I'm gonna put my combat tracker on the plasma-ish creature.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try and gravity gun this asshole toward me.
Okay.
Which, for the record, we're still like 30 feet
30
away.
feet away, yeah.
Towards me, away from these two knuckleheads.
Go for it. Make your attack roll.
I think I have an idea.
That's gonna be a with the combat tracking. That's a 16.
That is going to be a mess. I was waiting for you to say flash of inspiration, but
no.
unfortunately,
Flash of
wrong
genius.
character. Or yeah, sorry. So flash of genius. That is a miss.
We'll say like shaking away the thoughts that had popped up to try and refocus. Didn't get the shot off.
Yeah, you pull this gravity gun,
Like-
you fire, your vision is blurred, you cannot hit this creature, and that pulse of gravity just dissipates into the room. Anything else, Shade?
That's my move action. That's my regular action, and I don't really have anything useful as a swift action that would help us in this situation right now.
Spice, what do you want to do? Echo, you're on deck.
Heard.
So, I want to look at this creature.
Okay.
And I'm thinking it's like a genie in the bottle kind of thing. So I'm looking for some kind of thing that's physical that's attached to its body.
30 feet away. So you're 30 feet away from this creature, and then maybe another 30 feet back from you, there is another hallway, and you can hear a loud hum coming from down. The hum seems to be coming from a place that you have identified as the Uranus Lab.
I had mentioned too that there was a field generator and an exosuit bay in that room.
thing.
In that room. Yeah, the one that has the humming that you checked out.
I don't know what that means. That's fine. Move on.
And you all remembered that Eric said that there was a sort of field, and I think actually Bubs had been in a field as well.
I mentioned it.
But that's not the room we just came from, right? That's not.
Correct. You haven't been to that room
We
yet.
haven't
No,
fixed that,
sorry, that's the northernmost one.
I think I'm
It's
just gonna free action say to Spice.
Echoes on this room.
Do you have any more of that synth sleeve spray?
I do, but I also have a fire extinguisher.
Oh, you do.
Yeah, she carries one too.
We
Yeah.
getting all these extinguishers.
They came
Canonically, you guys
in,
got 'em,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we replaced
Oh yeah, because
them.
you with Raph.
Was it with?
Yeah, you tried to put out the fire. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, because I have one, so Spice doesn't see, she's like, oh, the generator or whatever in Uranus. So she's going to be like, fire extinguisher worked one time, it's gonna work again.
Absolutely, yeah. No problem. Give me 1 second.
Yay, Talon!
You pull the fire extinguisher out.
A wheel!
I love you, Talon.
Okay, I'll re-roll that.
Yay!
That made a very big difference.
Yay!
So you rolled a natural 18 before. The next one is a natural 14 with modifiers. That is one under what he needed.
Yay!
That's just math. But
This is just fucking us for tomorrow night, though, because I know you're gonna come with a woe tomorrow, Talon.
roll
There must be
2d10 for me, Olive.
Okay.
Talon wouldn't do that to us.
Oh, yes,
he
would.
definitely would.
Yeah,
He's
he
the
would.
great equalizer.
Talon is
shit.
very fair.
This is 2 wheels in a row, though.
Yeah, so now we're gonna get
Don't remind him.
double
Chaos!
Whoa!
That's 3.
So you watch as Spice rips out this fire extinguisher and depresses the lever again. There's this burst of almost like concentrated smoke that fills the area, cools everything down, and this creature all at once disappears and then reappears 10 feet closer to Shade and Spice.
Fuck. So it does.
It looks like it's diminishing.
Do I get
each
an
time.
attack of opportunity?
You, yeah, I would say you get an attack of opportunity.
Nice.
Bubs, you
Oh,
do as
me
well.
too.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I don't have those feet to give her a
Right.
attack of
Because
opportunity.
like from a picturing standpoint, I imagine it almost like disappears and reappears,
Yeah.
but it is just stepping away from it. So yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
does
use
provoke
the
it.
Simp Spray on electricity resistant mode and
Okay.
see if that does anything.
You see everybody whip out fire extinguishers. You reach for yours and you pull out a canister, and you're like shit. But you switch it over to electricity. Okay. Give me
Can I fatigue as a reaction because it's a melee spell attack? Or it's a melee attack?
what it's hitting you with?
So can I make fatigue as a reaction? It's a spell, but it says as a spell description, I make a melee
I
attack.
think you can just do spells as a reaction.
So spells as a reaction is I thought a
I
feat.
believe so. Yeah.
But this spell specifically.
But it's still a spell.
Yeah.
So
But
Give me
DM.
a second. I'm looking at it.
God,
I
please.
don't. I'm like 5e. I don't have everything memorized.
No, that's fine.
No, Starfinder
I'm
is also
asking.
okay.
Otherwise, I'll
with
shoot a gun.
Talon's wheel.
Okay, so
Let it
make a
slide.
melee attack. It's one standard action. So I
So
would say,
reaction.
yeah. Unfortunately, this is not something that you could do.
Fine.
It says casting the spell doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity, so that's my.
You
You
have
know,
Simp Spray.
Wait, so does that mean I can?
it means you could cast it. It wouldn't provoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh, this spell specifically?
Correct.
Oh, yeah,
So-
whatever. Don't care about that.
No
Get the
problem.
spray.
Yeah, like I'm gonna remember that. No, I pull out.
I just yelled at Spice.
Wait, don't you still have the fire extinguisher?
Isn't it one use item? I think that's.
Go ahead and roll 2d10 for me. As you pull out the fire extinguisher, almost the exact same time as Spice,
Since sleeve.
the synth sleeve from Spice, gout of smoke, and from you, little see-through spray. But they both seem to be relatively effective.
19 for. I'm gonna shoot the mercy gun,
The mercy.
the mercy wand I
And
have.
it's a total of 19 against KAC.
No, actually, probably yes. I don't know. It's a gun. I don't know.
Unfortunately, as you fire it, this seems to just pass through the material.
What do I add for modifiers?
For not modifiers, rolling 2d10.
Okay.
You're rolling
just
damage.
6.
Okay. 6. No problem.
Can I have a paper towel? I'm crying a lot.
And so as you hit this with the synth sleeve, kind of spraying it, the creature ducks, dodging even further away, still emerging about 20 feet away from Shade and Spice. But no problem, you get that attack of opportunity. That is going to be Gibbs's turn? No, sorry, that was Spice's turn. Anything else, Spice?
Oh, Shade's turn.
No, that's
No, it'll be your turn.
That's
next.
Spice's turn.
Oh, still my.
That was like
turn.
the end of your turn, yeah.
you made the fire extinguisher attack.
Yeah. I
That
don't
was reactions.
think I'm gonna. Well, I'm gonna move towards it.
Okay, yeah. You have 20 feet of movement between you and it, so you can get right up to it if you want.
Yeah, I'm trying to pass it.
Okay, so you get right up to this creature. Do you want to try? You can, if you want. You've seen it share a space with Gibbs. You know that you could just walk right into it. It's hot, but you can.
Yeah, then I'm gonna. So
Spicy
I'm aiming for the door that Echo is behind.
Okay, make it. You already made an action. Make a reflex save with a -2 conditional modifier.
Let me pull up my stats here.
Oh, no.
Probably not gonna be good here.
Oh no.
It's because you're
Well.
smoking.
Oh no.
Ever since we got
Well,
these,
oh well.
been awful.
13.
So which?
13.
13. Okay. So as you burst through, ironically enough, you actually take 13 points of fire damage, but
Wow.
no problem. You make it through.
Am I at the door?
On the other side, you get there's I think 10 feet between the creature and the door. So yeah, you get right to the door. You are now at this door. The door itself almost glows a little dull red around the edges from the repeated transmissions of heat and electricity through it.
Yep.
But you get right to the door, no problem.
Okay.
Echo, What do you want to do, Gibbs? You're on deck.
Echo still hears the sounds of combat from beyond the door, sees the door getting red hot. Echo's gonna go over and just quickly inspect the exosuit.
Sure. Go ahead. And what are you trying to discern about it?
If it's still active and if it's like a containment. Like, is it like a, let's suck it back in.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Genie's out of the bottle now.
Yeah, if I rub the genie bottle hard enough, will it suck it back in?
Phrasing.
It's dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So you rush over to this, and as you hear on the other side of the door, you get really close to this thing and kind of manipulating it. It looks almost like an old bathysphere diving suit, but as you get closer to the back, there is this almost box on it. And as you access the panels, this is a pretty simplified control mechanism. You need somebody to help you into it. Anybody can get out of it, no problem. Could you potentially trap this person in here? Yes.
Okay. Echo's going to like shoulder the thing up and kind of like hold it in position. It's not a hinged door, right?
It's a
No.
sliding.
Slides open like this.
It's a Star Trek door. Not sponsored.
Sponsor.
Echo's gonna look for a weak point, like in the melted areas, and just kind of shoot at the melty area.
Yeah, sure. Make a roll damage.
Roll damage.
Yeah, you can hit the glowing door.
What?
Well, can she?
That's fair, actually.
Shush. Shush you. Shush you and your.
You're complaining about me.
Oh, I stopped crying, so I guess we're good.
That's all that.
That's
fine.
a
Good for your
12.
12.
Why don't you just eat the
So-
carrot?
You look for some kind of like a weak part, and you can see the area where the door is meeting. It seems like that somehow has been fused in the middle, but that is probably the weakest point. There's been damage to the metal in multiple different ways, so you aim for that and you shoot. There is this, and this was the laser.
No, this is the semi-auto pistol.
Oh, okay.
I don't
yeah.
have a laser.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it does turn back into regular tape hits by electricity.
Oh, it's still been hit by electricity.
It's been hit.
It
multiple
has, yeah,
times.
but
But does it go?
It doesn't go back. It just tapes
It's
now.
just
Yeah.
tape.
So, for what it's worth, the door you imagine you could open.
Fuck.
That being said, no problem. You shoot, and there is a large hole that just appears. It almost peels out, and then the metal like bends away as it is quite soft.
Mhm.
You see the group all immediately in front of you. You just shot right between Shade and Spice. So for the two of you, a bullet just right between your heads.
Yeah.
But no problem.
Echo like peers through the door and sees like the outline of Spice like look through the hole and is just like,
Same idea.
No problem.
so I can't move anymore, right?
Nope.
Cool.
That is your turn.
Yes.
Alrighty, Gibbs, what do you want to do? Bubs, you're on deck.
Gibbs is going to channel her rage at Eric dying.
Okay.
This innocent, as far as she was concerned, civilian that she has tried to protect. And she is going to turn around and bare her teeth and cast Mind Thrust at the 2nd level.
Okay.
Requiring Pendragon to make a will saving throw, with my 2nd level DC being higher than my first. 16 is what you have to beat.
Is it will?
Will.
Thing, which is like 20 uses.
What was the DC? You said
16.
16? Ooh, that's a
Capacity
17.
20.
Oh.
He still takes half damage,
Yeah.
so I'll roll it.
That was close. That was close. He has,
Um,
that's his worst save, too.
Good. Oh, good. Oh, good. I'll keep doing that for the next forever. 10 plus 3, which is nice. 13. Plus, hold up. 8 plus 4 is, so 13 plus 8 is 21 plus 4 is 25, right? So he takes half of that.
25. And then what kind of damage is that?
I don't know. It's just, I wrote, psychic damage,
Okay.
I guess.
So, Gibbs, as you cast this spell, and you feel like you're not able to quite defeat this weird creature's defenses, it's almost like it doesn't have a mind. When you go to where you imagine the consciousness to be, it's spread throughout the entirety of this thing, and that's alien to you. And that's off-putting. But this psychic damage seems to be way more effective than you imagine. And so, Gibbs, tell us how it happened.
Wow!
You literally just did twice as much damage as total has been done to it.
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah!
So channeling sort of my tail across Eric's chest and pulling some of that life force from him as it slips from him and channeling it into my anger and rage, I'm gonna cast it, like my eyes burning that bright green of when I cast my magic, and just, I delve the weakest parts of this guy, Pendragon, and with a glut of psychic information, I overload his system, and he just, and it becomes sludge on the wall, plasma sludge.
Sure.
Sludge.
So as you turn and your eyes flare, all of you watch the flames grow brighter and brighter and brighter until they almost scorch blue in this hallway, and then it rumbles. I've never seen fire do this before, but it's like it becomes liquid and smoke at the same time, and then all at once, and across the entirety of the walls, there is like steaming hot sludge that is just running down. The walls becoming like a little blackened in their wake, and it's almost like by this miracle, not a single one of you has been hit.
Ta-da!
And with that, I will take you out of initiative.
Bubs is going to run over and just look at Spice and, babe, you're okay? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Are you okay?
Yeah, totally. And in Bubs' mind, for some reason, he feels very extra protective of Spice, but he doesn't know why. It's something in the back of his mind. He can't figure out why.
Is it maybe because you love her?
Yeah.
Is it, I'm hurt too.
You look down, there is this body, like charred, partially fused to the floor of Eric.
He's stuck to me.
A little stuck to Gibbs.
I'm fine, I guess.
Go
Spice is just
over and
hugging
start
Spice.
helping Gibbs.
Shade.
You go over and you like give Gibbs your hand, and as you lift Gibbs up, it's like Eric's arm comes as well, and you have to like
Oh.
Kind of
peel the
scrape
skin
it off.
away. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's sad. I'm gonna spend a resolve point, drink my bottle, heal myself, because I am in fact fucked the fuck up.
Yeah.
But I will also scoop a little Pendragon sludge back into my bottle.
It's hot.
That's
I
very spicy.
take out my coffee mug. That's for hot shit.
There you go.
And
You take out your rental car brand coffee mug and you
God.
scoop a little bit of sludge up, and like the mug begins to glow hot at first, but it does hold it. Not
Highlight
really its intended purpose, but no problem.
highlight of random sessions when Gibbs just pulls out some random shit that
Yeah.
they got 17 sessions
That's how
ago.
it is.
Yeah, that's
I
the
have this
point.
random part. Let's build a robot.
I do have springs from these pens that I stole from that office building we ransacked.
He's literally MacGyver.
Yeah.
It's like the gist of Gibbs is like taking random shit and being like,
This will come in handy later.
that I'm still a little not doing so hot.
That's
I
why
guess-
we need to stay together.
Yeah, maybe
Don't run forward by yourself.
well, technically I ran backwards, but I get the point. My bad. I'm sorry. And Bubs, I'm sorry. I thought the tape was a good idea. I was just emulating what I saw you do, and that seemed really smart. Less smart on this door, I guess.
It doesn't matter.
It's okay.
We need to keep moving.
Okay.
While Echo's in this room, they're going to take the opportunity to inspect the car.
Yeah.
I was also gonna do that.
So
Doors in
what,
between
what
us.
do you what do you
Isn't
the
the
hole
door
in the door.
open
what do you
now?
want to find out about?
Oh, there's just a hole.
Echo's
Never
trying to
mind.
see if the vehicle is viable and if it will fit in the hallways.
Make a perception check.
As this is happening, Bubs is just gonna
That's definitely 10
hold
feet.
Spice's hand, control his thumb, and look it over the body of Eric.
Okay. You look down at this body.
14.
14. You look at it and like they had to get it in here, so you imagine it would fit. Your eyes are like, I don't think it's gonna work, but they got it here somehow. Is it viable? You go through and you're a little hesitant to really access the controls. There could be traps here. It's owned by this like evil doctor guy, and so you're not really sure how viable it is. It looks like it'll start. It looks like it has an intact fuel cell. There are repulsor coils on it, so it'll hover. There's the equivalent to a key fob on the seat.
Echo looks longingly at the repulsor coils, thinking back to how much that they are going to owe the rocket courier organization.
That's fine.
And then
out.
goes through the south door and shuts it again.
No problem.
Before they shut it, they shout, "I shall meet you at the Jupiter lab."
You got it! Spice, I'm tired.
You want a piggyback ride?
No.
What do you want, hun?
I want you to say something nice to me.
Can you do it while we're moving?
I'm tired.
Honey bunny, I can only use this on you once. So do you want me to use it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really hurt. I'm so
Spice
tired.
like waddles up to Spice and like
There.
gets down on her knees and like squishes her face against hers and he goes, "Baby, you're doing great. I'm so proud of you." And like wiggles
Shade,
her
going back
around.
to the room.
No,
You get
My work
15
here is done.
stamina points
no
back.
problem. So while this lovey-dovey stuff is happening, the androids go ahead and make their way to the Jupiter lab. Bubs, what are you doing?
I have emotions.
He's first gonna go
It's
over
too much for
and,
me. I'm out.
before after Spice leaves, he's gonna take a picture of Eric's face,
Okay.
and he's gonna send a delayed message to Peep when he has service,
Okay.
saying this person was kidnapped. Please let the family know.
Okay.
They're
no
fucking
problem.
dead.
And then really quickly before I leave this area, I'm gonna cast Grave Words on Eric.
Okay.
And that, at your discretion, you roll like a secret
Yep.
10% chance that I will get something useful.
On Eric or Pendragon?
Depends on the
Oh.
question.
No,
Yeah,
there's no question.
Oh yeah, who are you putting it on?
So Eric, so it needs to have
A mouth.
it needs to be a corpse.
Okay.
And the way I don't think Pendragon counts as a corpse. The corpse will utter random sentences for one round with a 10% chance that this information is of some
Disperse.
use to you. The GM makes the die percentage roll in secret and decides what information, useful or not, the corpse babbles.
Okay.
So no questions. But I listened to Eric's last words.
And how many words is it?
It's just random
short
sentences
phrase.
for one round.
I got
So
it.
7 seconds of information.
So you bend down. The rest of your companions have kind of moved away at this point.
I'm still there.
So Bubs is there. So you see this. You
I
get
can
close.
Spice is there. It's just
I put the cork
Shade
in his
is
mouth
walking away.
Okay.
the way I do
Yeah.
the spell. And as it uncorks, he babbles to me.
Sure. So you put the cork in. You kind of cover the ears with your hands, and in doing so, for those of you watching, it's almost like Gibbs inflates the cheeks, pushing the ears in. The cheeks go out, and you pull the cork away. And as you do, let's see.
Is this a Princess Bride moment?
So
I watched it the other night.
Wow, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, that's
Yes.
exactly with the little flu thing. Yeah.
Yes.
He'll never let you catch him.
Well, it's a pronoun game. Don't play the pronoun game. Who's he?
That's definitely Maldras. Thank you, Eric. And I close his eyes and can't take him with me, so I pat the 2 cartridges I have in my cargo vest and ready to catch up, Bubs? You're doing good. I reach out my hand to you. You're okay.
I appreciate what you said to me in the elevator, but I don't know if I can hold it together again in the future. I just know that I can just only try my best.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm really powerful or if people are blinded by mystique and mystery. And in this situation, Bubs, this world and this game only holds the power that you let it. So let's make it a game. It can be fun. We're winning right now. Come on with me.
Bubs is kind of like look inquisitively at
You look over Gibbs' shoulder
Gibbs.
at this corpse. Yeah.
because he never
Looks
really,
like a win.
he's never really kind of seen Gibbs say something like that, and he's not sure if this is something that's like changed in Gibbs, or is this something that Gibbs is trying to say the comfort bugs?
Sure. No problem. And then are you catching up with the rest of the group?
Yeah, and he's also gonna just hold Spice's hand. We're all gonna walk hand in hand.
Oh, Yellow Brick Road.
And,
So you make your way.
Wait, so like Gibbs is in between us, like
Yeah.
swinging.
No, I am Toto.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
and I'll probably say this.
It's like blood's dripping down like out of her eye, but like
Yeah, no
it's
problem.
fun.
Yeah, it's a good day.
Fun games.
You're very glowing today, Spice. And he, you know, I'm also kind of a little bit tired.
I'm not doing it for you yet. I feel like there are bigger things coming. And then she just like kisses you on the cheek.
Oh, thanks. Bigger things, though. And he's just gonna think about that.
Hey, this fan!
As you all arrive. in the
Did you
Jupiter.
know that I'm your biggest fan, Echo?
Echo and Shade, the two of you arrive about 5 minutes before the rest of the group.
Two androids are like, surely they are not having an emotional moment while we are in this death trap of a maze.
I wish they could stop pontificating
never.
after every run.
Truly, it is easier to deal with your emotions after a deadly situation.
You won't believe what Eric said.
While we're there, I want to like figure out what's going on in this room in the 5 minutes, hopefully.
So with the
As
5
like
minutes,
the two of
taking
us are
5,
just like
yeah.
Taking 5!
Yeah. as the group is like hugging
we're
it
just
out
like
in the
looking
hallway.
at these platforms and the fan, just like, what do we do in here?
Indeed. Emotions later.
You begin to look around and you recognize that there is a control. It's more of a switch. It's like a lever.
Like a light
You can
switch?
go up.
Oh.
No.
Like a
You
big
can go up
big boy
or
lever.
down. Yes.
Okay.
And you imagine this will probably turn the propellers
One way
higher
or the other.
or lower.
Oh,
They
okay.
probably always go the same direction, and they're designed, you would guess, and kind of looking at the room, to create an equalized wind tunnel. This is a place probably designed to test something as you look at these platforms for flight.
Mhm.
But you figure that out, and you imagine you could easily start this and stop it should you need to.
Using my jump jets, are the platforms high, like low enough that I could
It's
skippity
20, 40,
jump?
and 60 feet. So
Cool, yeah.
Yeah,
So
no
I can.
problem.
I'm gonna jump up and see if there's anything up above that's worth anything.
There's a
Are
chest.
we trying to go down?
Cross.
We're trying to get here.
you land on the top platform.
But now we're in Jupiter.
Mhm.
We have to go to Uranus, right?
No,
we don't
Mars.
now. Yeah.
You just really want to go to Uranus, don't you?
Well,
He wants to go to
I really
Gibbs
hope I
Uranus.
have my notes correct.
I
feel so bad.
So
and there's Mars, but that's not.
you get to the top platform.
Okay.
And there is nothing there.
Okay.
You look
so
down at the floor and you can see there are definite scorch marks here, and so confirming that something was used, maybe like
like a
some kind of prototype,
jetpack sort of
perhaps.
thing.
Yeah.
You see Echo's blue eyes glowing out from the bottom.
A single blink.
We should continue south.
Agreed.
Drop back down.
No problem. About this time, the rest of you all arrive in this room, and as a group, if you wish, you can all open the Jupiter South door.
Are we ready to continue? I realize that was more strenuous than anticipated.
It was okay. Eric said he'll never let you catch us. He'll never let you catch him.
Okay.
Meaning Maldras.
That's
Is that who he's talking about?
Probably. Who else are we trying to catch?
Nevertheless, it does not have a bearing on today's mission and objective, which is to, at this point, I hope, escape.
Survive.
Let's send it.
Cool. Sup, Thor? Nice job.
If everyone is ready.
What is
in
this trap, though?
3, 2, 1.
Ooh, this is the med table.
Jupiter South, open. Earth West, open.
Earthwest
The door
means
opens.
that
Is this one?
The hallway.
is Emma moving when that opens?
You flick over, and as you do, Emma's just staring right at the same camera that you're looking through. Doesn't seem to be moving.
Do you tell us that?
Yeah, I'd just be like, Emma is staying in Earth.
Make a perception check.
oh god, I know what this is.
She is probably waiting our arrival.
Perception?
It's not Emma.
That's Pretty good. 29.
29. You see in front of Emma, similar to what people have seen in front of you, little images moving, and you would imagine she's also watching the security feeds.
Emma knows our position. She's also watching the security cameras.
As expected.
Yeah, she's just waiting for us to get to Earth because she's the final battle there.
Joe, do we know if the others have security cards, or are we the only ones with the door card?
From hearing Bubs explain it, he told you, and also Dr. Maldras told you, there's only one security card.
Okay.
Bub said that the hero is given the security card. The Snotty Lashunta, which is the rest of the participants, they are sort of at the whim of the doors opening and shutting.
Hey!
Thank you.
Yeah.
She has no incentive to move.
Nevertheless, we do. The lift is in Earth. We must continue.
Wait. Did we just leave the car in the exosuit?
Yep.
Okay.
As we,
It was in a room that
right now,
only Echo had access to at that point.
Oh.
No.
Are
we
we,
would have
we're
to-
leaving this room, or are we going?
We would
past
either
the
need
fan?
Echo
So
to
you guys
use
are
the
going
key card
south,
or
I
to...
believe.
So we're going past the fan, and
Get
now
us
we're
somewhere.
like
Oh,
heading
we're
down
we're
this
ready
way.
for the fan? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to Mars,
Yes.
which
Yes.
you has said has a med bay table, so Gibbs
Mars
skips
is
along.
also... Yeah. It's the next one.
Gibbs, you
Yeah.
skip along, all excited. You heard a med table is coming up, and as you round the corner, you can see the door that probably separates you and the Mars laboratory. There's a motion sensor door that opens between,
Yep.
but you can see the door.
I inspect the door. Is it trapped?
Make a perception check.
Nat 1.
That one.
Bummer.
Hard to tell.
Then I wait for Echo. Door's not trapped.
With just the sensor door?
The
So I'm in
door
this
to the
little
Mars
hallway.
lab,
Okay.
yeah.
Presumably the sensor door just opens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shade, did you check the cameras for the Mars laboratory?
There's nothing of note within the Mars laboratory besides a medical bay.
Currently, is there anything of note?
Currently, is there anything of note?
You look. Doesn't seem to be anybody waiting there, but you do see movement in a nearby camera. And so you shift over to the hallway connecting to that one. Nothing. And then you shift over to the surface lift where the hallway connects to that big long hallway below it. You can
Rye.
see Rye, this
Rye.
huge slug-like humanoid creature. They're wearing what looks kind of like a jujitsu gi, the top part of it, although the bottom completely naked because they have like several legs attached to a slug-like tail. You could see the mouth moving, so he's probably been talking to you guys this whole time.
How come he hasn't run out of oxygen?
Because he's a slug.
It will take several hours for you guys all to run out of oxygen.
Oh. I guess I should have been breathing more then.
Well, if that is all we have to worry about, I am opening the door.
Nice.
Problem. You go ahead and open
Hey.
up
Mars
what is
East.
Mars East. 1 second here.
Can I reach out my mind to see if there's anybody in this room?
Yeah, absolutely. You can. Mars East, open. Earth East, open.
Uh-oh.
You see the door
West is still.
Yeah, but still.
is
And
for
Emma,
you.
yeah.
As you peer into the video feed, you see the door open, and you see Emma stand up from the desk.
She knew.
Isn't moving towards
Well, the door opened right in front of her, so yeah, she did know. But she's not moving any closer.
Just getting ready for when we open the next door.
Seems like it. You
When
see
Echo
she, cracks
hears
her neck.
Earth East open, Echo looks to the rest of the group and says, "Well, I do not feel it is prudent to shut the door."
The next door that we open, we're going to be facing Emma.
But what if the next door we open also opens Mars North? Rise also beyond that.
Then we'll be in trouble.
Can we close Rise North? I tried to Eon tape the last one and that didn't work out, but
That didn't work because you did it against a creature composed of energy.
well, I didn't know that. But can we stop Mars North as well?
If you all move quickly into the hallway when I open Mars West, then perhaps I can shut the door behind us, trapping Rye either in the hallway or in Mars.
Alright. That sounds like a plan.
I would prefer to not open to close Earth East if I can help it. After all, I will have to go back through Mars to close Earth East. And there is a high probability that if Mars North were to open, that Rye would be in the room, and I would be trapped with him alone.
Maldros knows about me. He knows I'm gonna like this room. Is there anything of interest in this room?
So looking around the Mars lab, as you kind of peer your head around, you can see training dummies, certainly, like little bits of some kind of synthetic straw sticking out from cloth sacks. You can see there is a medical table. This is a Codicus Industries MediTable Pro. And it is covered in goo and slime. And where there would normally be cuffs to put around a humanoid figure, you can see there are several what look like slightly higher tech versions of a plastic bag designed to contain something a little bit more oozy. This is a modified Codicus medical table for whatever species Rye currently is. You also note on the ground there is this sort of like mat that seems designed to protect from falls and things of that nature. This is almost like a training room.
This one's the one that also has the training dummies.
Yeah. So there's you would say, DM correct me, that there are samples of
Yes,
Rye.
I would say there are samples, perhaps of Rye.
I've got other containers. Can I put a sample of Rye in a container, please?
Yeah, of course. You go over, you take the container, put the lip of it down into this puddle, and just sweep up a little bit of juice.
Slug slime.
Yeah.
Cool.
As the gleam of like the light hits Gibbs's like little canister or vial, Bubs is gonna just look at the vial, and he's gonna just turn his head to the table and see this kind of like the kind of like stains and stuff, and he's just gonna think about how he was operated on and injected and poked and prodded. Life is sacred. The foundations of life, it's not like a reel of film that you can just edit and splice things in and give yourself superpowers. There are repercussions to these things. I just looked at that guy, and he had it way worse than us. He couldn't even leave his body. And I snapped at Eric and I said, just 2 weeks. But who am I to Pendragon, who spent his whole...
Bubs.
Technically, Eric spent the rest of his life down here.
Don't encourage him.
What, Shane?
You need to focus.
I am.
You're
sorry.
not.
It is not for us to think about these things. It is not our fault. We were not the ones who trapped these people. We were not the ones who experimented on them, and we shall not be the ones to cause their death. We are going to the individual who is responsible. Focus on that.
You're right. Dr. Maldros he's a bad person. He doesn't care about this stuff. He doesn't think it's taboo. It doesn't matter. It's just code to him.
But you know what does matter? Behind this door is Emma. And you have to think about the fact that we know we're going to face her. She is literally standing in our way. If you're not comfortable with that, you can stay in this room when we lock it, and we will take her alone.
Please keep in mind there is a high probability that Rye will be stuck in this room with you.
No.
And as you say that, Spice, you're the only one who's not really directly involved in this conversation yet. And you standing kind of north in this room, having to move out of the way as Gibbs kind of shoves into the table, you're closest to the door. Mm-hmm. And as they're talking, you do hear softly from the other side, "All right, I'm here."
Orion?
You said, all right. You hear,
All right, I'm here.
Oh, I thought you said Orion. I was like, names? And Spice is gonna go, what do you mean you're here?
Oh, you're gonna get it as soon as you open this door. And you hear Rye's voice from the other side of Mars North.
I feel as if you are here for comedic relief.
Right. They strapped you to this bed, and they hurt you.
Do you have more of that ion tape?
Yeah, I'm gonna give the ion tape to Shade.
I'm taping this door.
Sure. You can hear it from the other side. It takes him like a couple of seconds. It's like you can almost hear those lone gear clicking away.
The lone gear.
It just kind of goes,
I know. I'm waiting.
I mean, yeah, it hurt, but surgery hurts. That's part of getting better. And I could do all kinds of things now. And yeah, I'm a slugman, but I'm powerful.
I bet you are.
Like, what can you do?
I can do all kinds of martial arts. They give us training as well.
Training, surgery. What's not to love your life here in this elegant cage?
Well, not always here. We've only been here for, hang on. And you hear for a second, he just goes, what?
While he's talking,
Oh, yeah. No, that's true.
Who you talking to?
Emma.
No one. I'm not supposed to talk to you.
Can,
Oh, I was just gonna overload it.
Too
while you were
bad.
talking. I had
Too bad.
Got you, Sogi bird.
You seal the door with this.
At this point, Gabe has like a permanent afro.
Yeah,
I have a mohawk actually.
Ooh.
very nice.
So my mohawk is even more
Spiky, yeah.
spiky. Yeah.
Can I steal the Gabe's troll doll?
Gibbs is too greasy to have.
It has to like crack as it comes up. Yeah.
Hey, that's a compliment for Gibbs.
Yeah.
Don't come at me.
I'm lovely. I am sex appeal.
So
clearly.
But it done.
Mars North now sealed with this electrically sealed tape. Rye apparently has been chastised by somebody. And,
Rye, put your slimy paw against the door.
I don't got paws, I got hands, and I'm not supposed to talk to you.
That's fine. Just do it. I'll know if you don't. And I put my paw against the door.
Okay.
And in this moment, I send out
mind thrust.
just goodwill at this one guy who's been just like nice to us.
He's
and
been
like
nice.
he's been intimidating, but like
Indifference.
He's dumb.
like I'm cool with him. I'm
He's
chill with
just
him.
Dumb.
If I was to gain an ally in this, I would want it to be this guy.
You send out your positive intentions.
My positive intentions.
No problem. So that happens.
Nice.
Anybody else?
Spice is gonna be like, reach into his mind because he's right across the door and go,
Yeah.
"You can talk to me.
Hello?
Say it with your mind, not out loud."
Now, none of the rest of you hear this, but you hear in your mind, hello?
Hello.
Mom?
This is your mom.
Make a deception check.
Oh hell yes, this is my best stat.
This is so cruel.
Mommy.
This is just happening to be so upset.
Mommy.
Too bad your
23.
girlfriend's an asshole.
Mommy, can you hear me?
All of you hear
God,
all of a
asshole.
sudden this like slight staggered breath, and then out loud you just hear, "Mom, I got money for Tim. He's okay now. He has a house, and I'm strong. I know I look a little strange, but when you passed away, I didn't know what to do. They were
Spice
able
is
to
like-
give us so many credits, Mom!" And you just hear him like calling. You hear on the other side of the door this, as he now Shade. If you look into the hall, he's like looking around the
Baby!
hallway, like trying to call for this non-existent person.
Disable that door, right? We're not
Do
gonna
this
kill
for
this
me
guy.
right now.
It's
You're
sealed
so
shut now.
strong, but you're fighting on the wrong team. You have to fight with the new friends.
What new friends?
There's going to be 5 of them, and they're behind the door.
Mom, why are you coming back now?
Because these are your final moments, and this is when you see angels.
Make another deception check. Holy shit!
25.
Wow, Olive is way more evil than I could ever be. It's amazing.
Spice is the baddie. Spice is the baddie.
I'm married to the baddie.
Yeah.
Watch out.
That makes you a baddie by association.
No, it doesn't.
You hear this long, deep breath, and it's shuddering and it's sad. And then, sorry, Shade, if you're looking through the camera, you see it's like he straightens up and he goes, "We all have to die eventually.
Oh my
I'm just glad
god.
I could make a difference."
Shade's lighting
That's
up a cigarette. Just like,
You guys cannot hear it, I don't
Mom,
think. Well,
I'll
maybe
do
you
what
can.
I can. I'll look for the new friends.
Can we hear this?
No,
You can hear, you can
His
hear
half
him.
of the conversation.
As soon as the second deception check, it broke him. He's just
Okay.
he is talking to his dead mother, who is back to protect him in his final moments. He has lost all sense of.
I
Can
don't
we
know
get
if
a
anyone
perception check
can
or a
pick this
sense
up.
motive
Yeah,
check
make
to
a
figure
sense
out
motive
who's
check.
doing this?
Make a sense motive check. Yeah.
Well, you can just see Spice. This is like
Spice is like
just like
concentrating pretty
working.
good.
Yeah, and
It's a 17.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
enough to see
You
Spice?
see Spice like mouthing words, and then he starts talking, and then stops, and Spice starts mouthing words.
Like
So, yeah,
fucking
pretty
Harry
obvious.
Potter
So
speaking
Echo's
snake.
face kind of just looks like this. Which, if you could interpret android emotions, is just
The fuck, bro?
that.
Fair enough.
Bubs isn't paying attention. He's kind of still in his own little place, just touching like the medical table and just like thinking about like.
So Bubs is being Oakfeld. No
Yeah.
problem.
Shade
Yeah,
is
what?
preparing
He's
for the
thinking
inevitable fight behind the door that Emma is waiting for us behind. By like basically just getting ready to fire everything down the hall when the door
Okay.
Yes.
opens.
Yeah.
Has it
Echo
been 1 hour
Echo's like refills her clip.
Since when?
since we entered and sprayed the synth sleeve on us to protect us? From
Not
the-
quite yet. It's getting close. You guys are about 45 minutes in. You've done a pretty. If you had spent, I thought you were going to spend a little bit more time in the ellipses lab, truthfully. So, yeah, you not quite an hour.
I'm gonna take out some more of the spray and start spraying it
No problem.
on my body and offer it to anyone else.
Gibbs looks proud at Spice.
Okay.
For being evil.
Spice.
Gibbs is also a bad guy. Don't,
Spice
It's true.
don't get it
hears
twisted.
the like
Shades
faint whisper
neutral.
of Gibbs, and she like turns an eyebrow at you.
Something's changing with Gibbs.
Chaotic
I've been
neutral.
noticing, yeah.
And Spice doesn't say anything.
You made an ally.
Oh,
Did
wow,
I?
Okay.
And Spice is like, I think manipulation is a little bit different, but okay, I'm here for it.
You're one step closer.
It's yes.
Would you trust him? Fight on our side?
I mean, he sounds like he's willing to die for us, so we'll see. I hope so.
Weapons loaded
Can
and
I
readied, please.
discreetly static shock the door again?
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
Why are you doing that?
Roy's on
6.
Sorry, Rye is on our side.
It's not a strong suit of mine. Wasn't expecting it
So
to be.
you see Gibbs begin to scratch, which is not that weird. Gibbs is covered in bugs and all kinds of slimes and molds. But then you see Gibbs look around and begin to like static charge themselves.
Gibbs.
You see the fur rising and rising. Is anybody doing anything?
Gibbs, what are you
My
doing? No,
my
Gibbs, no.
base perception
Yeah.
is higher than a 6.
Yeah.
Everybody sees
Yeah.
He's
it.
distracted
Eric senses this.
in his own world, so he doesn't notice this.
Do not unseal the door.
Why? He's on our side.
He's on our side.
That you know of.
We don't
All
need,
I know is what I know.
we don't need
He does not know that we are friends. All he said was, look for the friends, and we have already been told to this individual that we are not friends, that we are adversaries
Yeah, but
in
his
this
mom
game.
told it.
And do you think his mother was specific about who the friends are and what they look like?
on the other side of the
allowing Rye into this situation adds an unnecessary variable.
Agreed.
door.
Leave Rye where he is.
As this happens, Bubs is gonna snap too. Guys, aren't we in a hurry? Why aren't we still here?
We are,
Yes.
if everyone is ready and your weapons are ready.
You know, you're my least favorite type of bread.
Bubs is gonna continue spraying himself and offer it to the
Oh.
group.
I spray my bottle.
Okay. No problem.
Echo is
Yeah,
confused
okay.
about
The bread
the
comment.
bread comment.
Because his name is Rye.
Oh.
Echo is confused.
Does anyone else spray themselves?
I sprayed
Yes.
the bottle.
Aren't we already
No,
fine?
it's 45 minutes. So it's
I
gonna
thought it
be
was
up
an
there.
hour.
It is, but you guys are 45 minutes
Yeah.
into this.
Echo doesn't.
So we have 15 more minutes.
Echo
Yeah.
takes.
Yeah, so
Echo
we're
takes
fine.
that chance.
It's
No
not like
problem.
we're gonna be on
Androids. They're gonna take the chance. They
We're
can
not
do the
gonna be in
calculations.
combat for 15 minutes.
Echo takes note of everyone's readiness and says,
How far? How
As
big?
soon as the door is opening, I am firing my gravity gun at Emma to try and push her back.
How?
I picked up my hammer.
Get her
when I
like off
left, Joe.
kilter.
"The door's not
essentially.
open yet."
How distant is this hallway, my friend?
We don't know until
Which
we open the
one?
door.
He's got the video
I've
camera
got-
on it.
yeah, I
How
have
distant? How
eyes
much
on it.
distance is this hallway?
About 45 feet.
Fuck.
I'm gonna turn my hammer on.
Okay. The magma flares to life.
Ah, before we go, Spice, may I have one of your knives?
You may.
Is this just like a standard scalpel?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Wait, you want a better knife?
You call that a knife?
I would
This
like
is
a
a
better
knife.
knife, but if no one has offered it to me, I do not.
Or
Echo just like grabs
Oh,
like
wait, oh,
knives.
this one's
So
a knife.
many. Oh,
That's
because
like
these are, you were
extra
collecting them
knife.
for scab rats.
Call that a knife? This is a knife.
I think all those are knives.
Okay, I cannot use a level 8, correct? Because I'm
No,
level 5.
It's basically just a recommended for the
Yeah,
DM.
you absolutely
use
can.
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got some good shit. I just never use it because I don't care.
Or you donate it to the junk fall people.
Damn.
Yeah. You guys have given up
Medicine
a lot.
proficiency.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Oh no, this is sorry. This
Just
is
give
not
us,
for
like
you.
Sorry.
amazing items.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, whatever.
There was a you guys didn't really pick up on it,
This
but there was a
currency, I
quest on
can't
that
use
could have
that.
gotten you guys a tank back in Rat King, and yeah, I
Who's
fully
that?
assume that you guys were just going to give that straight to the scab rat.
Yeah, we don't need this.
It's like a survival knife. It's a special operative.
Yes,
I don't know what that means, but okay.
it is very good for Echo.
I'm an operative!
Oh!
It's like a planned thing.
So I pull out of my cargo vest multitudes of knives that I've been keeping.
Like Echo says, if no one has offered me a knife, and then all of a sudden, like, just knives appear in front of
Gibbs
me.
has one of those things that you put your ID badge on at work, except it's just knife.
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
10 knives all just like
You wanna buy a
dangling
knife.
from it. Yeah. Not a single sheath in sight. Definitely like little bits of fur attached to some of them, but yeah. No problem.
I keep making myself that one.
Echo picks up like the oldest, greasiest standard knife. They just sent a survival knife. It says, ah. And just pockets it.
No problem.
And then says, well, if we are all ready. Click.
You open that door. Mars west, open. Uranus west, open. And as the door opens, and you do see on the other side, roughly 45 feet away, Emma, kind of standing right in front of this desk. Because it is 9:15,
Ah, I knew it.
this is where we're going to end for the evening. So, thank you so much for joining us for this session of Mosaic Team 5. You guys, it was interesting. It was different than any of the things that I thought was going to happen. It was really set up so that any of the enemies you could fight in any of the rooms. So like each of the rooms had different attributes that would be better or worse for different enemies. And I was really looking forward to Flying Slugman.
Yeah, that one.
Did you expect the ion tape?
No. Great. That was great. The ion tape was great. The extinguishers, brilliant. But that psychic, that was exactly what you needed to do. That was
Fucking dope.
Yeah,
that was well
amazing.
done.
Nice.
So thank you so much for hanging out with us for this session of Mosaic Team 5.
Oh.
We will be back next week, but if you can't wait until then, tomorrow night, join us for the finale.
The big day.
Don't die!
Going to be
You're gonna die.
one hell of a fight. I'm really excited about it. It's one of the cooler things that I've put together. It is easily the coolest bit of terrain that I've ever put together. So that is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please, we'll see you then, but if not, we'll see you next week. Stay safe.
See you,
See you then.
Space Cowboy.
Stay out of trouble.
Pew, 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 pew.